Now you can say it, Liam.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
No.
So, yeah. It's episode 46 tonight. Like, it's definitely... It's now... Well, it was like 7 episodes ago, but it's now officially the longest campaign I've ever run. Despite only ever running 3, but, you know. Because the first one, Salzia one TPK'd at like 17 episodes. The Multisaura one went to, I think it was 30... It was either 36 or 38. I can't remember. I could easily look it up, but I'm not going to. And this is now currently 46 tonight.
Plus a spin-off.
Plus a couple of spin-offs, actually. There was a 30, because there was a 13.5, and then we've had an NPC only session. So yeah, there's been a couple of spin-offs. Obviously, so people that are hit in the early squad, which is mostly you guys anyway, but I'll say for the couple that are not you guys. Not doing any giveaways tonight, just for the sheer fact, DMing takes a lot of fucking concentration, listening, attention, and stuff.
You should probably take that out of your title in case people are asking then.
Well, the giveaway is also for the
follower one.
Yeah. Although I probably should, at least for tonight, remove the line of the second part. So, yes and no to what you've just said. You're right. Yeah. So I'll keep the first bit, but then I'll just remove temporarily the
second.
Yeah. So, with that out the way, you guys have had a interesting couple days on the Derrick, with the exception of Boomer, but we'll get to you in just a moment. Travel was clean, travel was easy, travel was clear.
Yep.
Until, unfortunately, Boomer had an issue. Boomer did a boom, and he'd stayed behind with Penelope with the intention of meeting you guys in Dunvast, do some work, get some intel, get some advice, just general help, because both of you are very prolific crafters of various different pieces, and you thought working with her would do yourself good.
Oh, it did.
That is until about 3 or 4 days in, you're not quite sure. Time travels differently when you don't see outside, and you're only seeing an interdimensional space. And a familiar sight came into the tent, not for you, but for one Penelope. Do you remember who that was, Boomer?
Salazar? I don't know what the name was now.
Sola is what you
Sola.
guys have been calling her. The full name Sola Stranzia, but Sola's easier to say, and fair enough. Had seemingly been having some diplomatic issues with our dear Penelope, and had finally had enough, it seemed, and you were caught in deep with a very bad crossfire of... there's no better way to say it, an assassination attempt, which technically successfully went through. Penelope was killed in the interdimensional space, and the Sola and the guards that were with her left shortly after, seeming that it was not the intention to kill her, but it happened, and it caused a number of significant chain effects throughout the session and throughout the party and throughout the ongoings, and it only made you guys more eager to meet up at Dunvast. Penelope was, thankfully, through to some of the strong connections she has in the various cities, taken through one of the tents in Havelter and met with a cleric there that was able to revive her with a spell, and she's currently resting in the Temple of Helm there. Boomer, you're currently with the Penelope clones in the interdimensional space, and the rest of the party are full speed ahead to Dunvast to meet you. And we're going to start the session there, where you guys meet up. The boat is pulled in, and you guys let Boomer know that you're just docking and walking into town, and Boomer would leave through the portal of the tent and eagerly go to meet you guys to plan your next steps, as there is a lot of consideration and a lot of things to do. I'll put it over to you, Boomer, first, as you guys are sorting the ship out, and before you guys even get a chance to get off the ship after
I would have
pulling
never
up.
left the tent.
Oh, you wouldn't have left?
Yeah,
No,
No,
wouldn't have done.
Okay.
we'd have sent word once we got to the things like, right, we're pulling in now, have a Penelope ready outside to let us in, and we'll be up as
Well,
soon
okay
as we
then.
can.
We'll flip it then to the other way around. So to the party, pulling up to the town, giving word ahead, entering the town and making a beeline straight for the Penelope tent, where there is a clone ready to take you guys inside and follows you in and shuts it behind you. Seemingly there is no business activity being concluded by any of them. What I'll do is I'll take you to the map, because you're going to be there. There you go, guys. Let me just get rid of the deaden. Feel free to drag you guys on, and obviously move around.
Obviously, well timed that Penelope's been away. Has there been any changes or alterations in this in this tent?
Thankfully,
Just-
no. You didn't notice in the panic and the issues around, but it was noted and has since been fixed with the resurrection of. There was inconsistencies and issues starting to happen. It wasn't immediate, but it was starting to lose its structural integrity. But with the resurrection successful, it has stabilized.
Phew.
It wouldn't have done anything terribly harmful to you. It would have just spat you out to any one of the towns at random.
Okay.
And I'll see.
Right.
Destroyed all the clothes in the process.
Right. Boomer,
Yes.
what happened exactly?
Salazar decided
Solar.
to save Solar, sorry. Decided to make a little trip to Penelope. He managed to get through one of the 10 seas enough, to what I'm aware. Threatened Penelope because apparently she was the one that produced the crystals for her. But as
Okay.
Penelope refused to produce any more crystals,
Okay.
he let fire trying to mute us.
So, what happened in the order then? So they had this conversation. Then,
So then they tried to silence us by attacking Penelope and myself.
okay, how
And then
did they
they had-
try and silence them?
Some components of that so that we couldn't use any speech. Luckily, we managed to survive. And then we were tried attacked by 2 others.
Okay. So they launched the attack. So they launched the attack against you. You defended yourself
Yes.
and Penelope to the best of your ability.
Thank you very much. It was pretty messy.
Okay.
I ended up having
Yeah.
Penelope end up disappearing to try and stop everything going on.
Okay.
Well, I tried to deal with the 2 assassins, and by the time I got to it was a bit late.
Okay. So do you walk Evan through as best you can the series of events?
Yeah, and I'd go from room to room saying what had gone on.
Okie dokie.
Which the signs of combat are mostly cleaned and cleared away, but some of the deeper wounds in the woodwork and things like that are still visible.
The missing doorway.
Oh yeah, things like the dust and the rubble and like general damage like that has been cleaned away by the clones, but some of the more major damage is impossible to fix easily.
Okay.
So which, for your sake, Evan, it would corroborate what Boomer's saying at least, because you can kind of see like where he had the turret break down the door and where the 2 guards were beating on the meeting room door to try and get in and vice versa and stuff. You can even see the sword that was caught in the wall of ice is still there. It's kind of been like kicked to the side, but it is there on the floor.
Okie dokie. So we have the sword. Does it look like just an ordinary sword, or does it look kind of distinctive in any way?
Make an investigation check real quick.
I will assist if you want me to.
Please do. Do you want to, or do you wish to take? No, I said I started it, so
Yeah.
it'll be me.
It looks to have some sort of basic enchantment. Nothing terribly distinct or powerful, but a very, very minor one.
Okay.
If you want to make an Arcana check real quick, see if you can try and figure it out.
I can't identify. I was more just like.
No, just make an
identify-
Arcana check, because it's not a terribly complex enchantment, that's what I'm saying, so you may be able to figure it out, is what... No. You recognise it is enchanted. It doesn't seem to be a terribly powerful one, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay, is it the design of it distinctive? Or
No.
is it just a general
It is
sword?
just a general sword, yeah.
Right. And then, so yeah, walk you through like all of the. So we know the details of the fight, basically.
Yep. I would say Boomer's intelligent enough to recall things as detailed as possible, despite the shock and trauma.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where is she now?
She's currently, oh god, with one of the clerics.
Where?
What did I say? Dunvast, Danny?
That's where we are. No.
Havelter. Dunvast is where you are.
Dunvast.
Havelter, yeah.
How?
Again, Boomer's intelligent enough to know, so I'm more than happy to help fill in some of the basic information.
If they're at Havelter. Right. And how many are with her?
I was aware two of the Penelope's clones originally went with her.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still there, Danny?
Yep.
I think we best have a word with her then.
Yes.
I think it's best if we try and keep. Whilst we kind of look to the rest of the group, I think it's best if we do go and visit, we keep the group small, so we don't draw attention to the fact that we're visiting. If anybody's keeping an eye out, then we don't want them to know that Penelope's currently alive.
I will stay here for the time being just to defend this area.
Yeah, okay, you keep this place secure.
I'll stay with Boomer then.
Stay with Boomer. I was by no means saying don't come with, just the amount of people who go to the church to speak to her needs to be small.
One of the Penelopes would say, because I'd imagine a couple of them are around, well, if you're going, if you all went together, surely it would look more issuesome, because they'd probably think it's more of a memorial, if anything. Considering you're
We all
all
wear
on different
black.
levels were friends with her.
But at the same time, we don't want to draw any. Well, the less information they know about her at all is the best. If all of us show up and look like we're going to the church for a memorial, that means they know her corpse is there.
I think I have an idea.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to a church, right?
Yep.
We could have other reasons to be going to that church.
That's the reason.
I can play the sick patient role.
Oh no.
Well, I'm also good at being discreet when I need to avoid eyes on me. We could have a different cover instead. Like maybe unrelatedly, you guys are just going to the church.
Okay. Like I say, I was more hoping the rest of the group would at least keep an eye out on the church to make sure no one was spying.
I'm not good at keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, admittedly, I do like to go see here, but at the same time, I want to try to keep this place as safe as possible.
You keep this place secure. We'll pass on your regards.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else wish to come in for a conversation, or are better people to keep an eye out outside to make sure nobody else is going to make a second
I'm
trip?
good at keeping an eye on outside, so I'll stay outside.
I will come in if you could help quite a bit in there. You know, I could maybe make something.
Thing.
Don't know how that would help, but
I'll move you guys
Well,
over
you
to
have-
the Havelton map just for the sake of.
You have no idea how you'd be able to help, do you?
I might find a way.
Right. So it's myself and Deer so far. Hera?
And Vian, from the sounds of it.
And Vian, yes. So the three of us.
Yeah, if I tag along and disguise myself, probably even sell a better reason for us to be going there rather than.
And just a reminder for you guys as well, I know a couple of you have asked, this central building here is the Ludmire's Sanctum, and obviously the central amalgamation of colourful buildings is the Market District, which is where the tent is.
And then, would you like for me to come along? You see,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you heard my name.
I was wondering whether or not you would prefer to come and have a conversation or keep an eye out to make sure we're not attacked.
Yes, I can do that.
Rose, can you repeat that? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Yes, I can do that. Sorry. I do apologise. I will try and talk up a little bit more. Sorry.
Come on, Rose. Speak up.
Okay.
Yes, I will come with you guys.
So hang on, are you coming in or are you keeping
With.
on
She said coming with.
Okay, protecting. So she's coming in.
Yes, I'm coming in to protect.
She's team in.
Yeah. Do I need to disguise myself too? Or do I just stay like this?
Well, I have people on the lookout for me anyway, so it's kind of double duty for me to
Okay, so I can just be me.
blend in a bit.
Yeah.
Are we pretending to be other people?
Wasn't intending, I was just trying to keep the group small so less people to spot us.
Oh, can I be Grey Tail?
I think the point is to be someone who they are not expecting.
Which
Well-
well, not that going not expecting him, am they? Ah.
Yes, they would be, dear, if they were looking for it. They were
Oh.
looking... So, best we can do is travel light and just make sure we're not obvious.
I was just commenting because I know my family has people, you know, around,
Everywhere.
and then similarly,
Mhm.
if I need a cover anyway, and we're going to a church.
Part of the reason why I left the stuff behind. Right. Shall we head off? You lot to keep an eye out. Have someone ready to let us back in if need be. We'll try and be discreet. Find out what we can and how we can move forward.
Sorry, just for clarification, how far away is it from the tent to the place where we're going, roughly?
To the church, probably 10 minutes.
Minutes.
This map, unfortunately, Ash hasn't been. It's only the only the country and world map have had the actual footages done.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just still trying to.
Yeah, sorry.
More just pathing.
Yeah. No, it's about 10 minutes or so, you reckon, to the Temple of Helm from the central district? Because luckily for you guys, the market district is roughly bang in the middle.
So before we leave then, knowing that 10 minutes, maybe a 30-minute chat, 10 minutes back kind of deal, I will disguise myself just in case. Using disguise self, and I will appear to be just a normal, like, wood elf. Like, just change my features a little bit, get rid of the you know,
Yep.
get rid of the brown hair, brown eyes, normal, like...
Very like all the common features of a wood elf. So like you say, brown hair, brown eyes, which are the most common for wood elves and things. Yeah, just try and be the most generic as possible, so you blend in.
Okay.
dark skin, that kind of thing. So literally, I am just
Yeah.
blending into the back.
Liam?
Can I do a wild shape, turn myself into a cat, and look a little like Grey Tail?
Like a grey, but actual cat, not tabaxi.
I mean,
Yeah, like an actual
he's
cat,
also
yeah.
grey, apparently, so...
Yeah, you can do that easily. You don't have to. You've seen a cat before. You've seen a mirror.
Haha.
So,
Now a cat.
Vianne will study her book real quick to just brush up on religion knowledge, and then 2, she's gonna disguise self to try and look very, with Cass as her benchmark of what a cleric is supposed to look like, but like hyper personified kind of thing, kind of like a very cleric-y garbed outfit, and lean more into just human, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Like the personification of boring, bland, generic human girl paired with very, very overly zealous,
And you fucking
elaborate
hate
cleric
it.
robes.
And you hate it.
Yeah.
But easy enough.
yep, I have not got the armor with me, so I'm kind of just like cloaks and travel stuff. So I'm going to kind of put a cloak on, kind of get a ragged bandage, kind of wrap it around my eyes, basically create a blindfold, and kind of have my hood up and have one of them guide me as a blind man.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll probably take you a little bit longer to travel, but not too much, because you have faith that Hera won't walk you into a lamppost or something.
Well, I'm expecting the clericy-looking person to be the one that wishes to guide.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but if needs be, I can support you up so that you do not pulling. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Shall we go?
But you,
Sit-
the
Take a
quad,
sight.
the quadruplets head out. You keep an eye. You keep. Are you stealthing or are you just walking?
I would.
Probably stealthing our leave of the tent, trying to, just
Yeah.
inconspicuously leaving
like
the tent.
Assassin's Creed stealth, where you're stealthing in a group so you don't pop out. We're not doing like sneak, creep. We're doing
Yeah.
like to be in a group.
I think that sort of thing goes without saying though, Rose.
Yeah.
You're not fucking stealthing like that in the middle of a city.
Especially with one of us being blindfolded.
Yeah.
The blindfolded one just crouches and starts walking.
No, I always assume so long as the stealth is applicable, I always kind of headcanon appropriate this type of stealth you do depending on the situation. So like you say, Rose, that type of stealth is already the sort of thing like hiding in plain sight sort of thing.
The other thing I would ask for if they've got like a quarterstaff or something, basically like I've got something to help
Done.
blind walk. Yeah.
Easy enough. Like quarterstaffs they have, like especially ones that ain't been enchanted yet or were to be.
Like a pre-enchanted one, so it's something and just use it to help with my walking if I wasn't being guided.
Can you guys make stealth checks as you leave? As you said.
Stealth is dex, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got +4 for stealth with the cat
She
anyway.
has the stealth stat, so you know. And into 16, that ain't bad for me.
Okay.
To be fair, probably better if I don't kind of thing because I'm
Yeah.
stumbling around.
No, that it makes the most sense. You've got the shittest stealth. I'm assuming you're
Technically,
not in
should I have
armor
ro-
because
No, I don't have the armor. I don't have
So-
armor. I have like a rough cloak on.
that's because I was going to say because you didn't roll disadvantage.
Yeah. I'll roll
Technically,
again,
you should be disadvantaged because you're blinded, but
Yeah.
we'll leave
Oh,
it
I
be.
say I can roll it,
Well, I'll
yeah.
leave it be because you're technically also being assisted, so it's flat. So-
Okey-dokey.
Yeah, you guys quietly and quickly make your way out and then into the crowds. The market is bustling as always. It's a fairly bright and warm day. You guys seek out and find the Temple of Yawning. Fuck.
And the rest.
It's
of the
been I've spent a lot of energy at the football stadium. Leave me alone. But yeah, no, you guys find the Temple of Helm. It doesn't take terribly long. It is one of the more prominent temples, given Torm, Helm, and Tyr are the three most prevalent in all of Terra. It is usually one of the bigger ones, and you find your way there, and you can see one of the young brothers at the front of the church. Who'll kind of welcome you all and go, "Oh, welcome. What can I do for you all today?"
And they kind of just like stagger and just like walk kind of in the direction, hoping to get it like to him, and kind of reaching my hand out for like his shoulder or something.
He'll like kind of grab your hand and just be like, "Oh, sir, you're right." So
yep, as I kind of bump into him. We're here to see Penelope. Tell her that friends of Boomers are here.
you get a two-stage reaction in that sentence. The first is kind of like a shock, and he almost like is like, why do they say that name? And then you see him go to try and like put the actor's face on.
Yeah, I don't see this. So.
Yeah, but more for the others. And you see as he gets ready to start preparing some sort of lie, but then the second he mentions like friends of Boomers, you kind of say, oh right, well,
either way,
certainly, and he'll put your hand on the back of his shoulder, so like you're kind of walking with your arm forward on his shoulder, one of the standard guides.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What?
Hello?
You said
He
dear.
said, yeah.
Right. Deer takes 3 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
better...
Don't make the cat pop out of things.
Oh no, he better be marking that on his character sheet as well.
Wouldn't
No,
that
a
got
cat
me
only
all
has
well,
like 3 hit points.
Oh no. I will let him stay in cat form, but that is going on to deer.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But yeah, you're guided through, and you're guided through down one floor, and he takes it a little slow for you, and you see him pull out, well, you hear him pull out, but other people pull out a set of keys, and the door it's a heavy wooden door with metal accents, and it's, and you hear like a loud thuddy click, as it's a heavy lock. Right, your friend's in here. If you need anything, please, just ask. I think given about what time it is, there's probably someone due to check up on her any moment. And he'll kind of put your hand in one of your compatriots' possession and kind of step back and allow you guys to enter the room.
Thank you. Thank you. And just kind of, I'm guessing they're let in.
Yeah. And the door... Oh, go on.
Whose hand does he give it to?
He offers it to both of you. It's up to you who grabs it. He kind of looks at the both of you like, I don't know who's doing this.
Would I notice if I was to take his hand that his hand has no calluses on it?
On whose?
Evans.
Why would you think that it wouldn't?
Because it's a new body.
And it would have built up over the past month or so, at least.
Swinging weapons around.
I would say
Yes.
he's probably...
It wouldn't be long enough to be a long period of... It would seem a little unusual, at least. It could only be new calluses, not... Oh, these have been around for a very long time. Right?
If it looks like they're taking a moment, A will just kind of just stagger towards the door. So we don't have time for this.
Okay.
Sorry. I would say, Hera, it's probably something you would have eventually passively noticed over time, not necessarily something you would have noticed now.
That's fine. It was very, like...
Yeah.
Calluses don't take up a month to build. They will take a very long time and build over the top of each other.
Yeah,
until-
he doesn't have years of practices.
Yeah.
I follow. I thought half of it was like, yes, the random church person won't see that the old blind man has. It's like, oh, wait, no, this is for Hailra trying to clock it, not for is our cover blown. Yeah.
He is
I'm caught up now.
the young cleric that obviously is dealing with you guys hasn't paid too much mind into things like that anyway. He looks like a very young adult. So, yeah, but you are guided in, and the door is locked behind you. And what you see is a comfortably furnished room. It's a very plain stone room, but there are some fabrics and some throws that have been put out to make the area more comfortable. There is a bed, and there is a small table with 3 chairs. There's a small desk with some medical supplies. Nothing like... Not like sewage kits and things like that, just general ointments and just general nice things to keep on top of things. You can see candle lights around the room, and you can see, writing in a book, a pale but mostly okay Penelope that's sat cross-legged on the bed, just writing with a fur, like, cowl over her shoulders, as and draped behind her as she sat like kind of midway on the bed, just writing. And she'll look up and go, who are you all?
Meow.
Say your protections are already not the best. Yeah.
Oh no, she has amnesia.
As I kind of lower the hood and lift the blindfold.
She tilts the head at the voice anyway, because voice doesn't change with disguised self. And
Oh no, I know.
Huh. I wasn't expecting anyone to be coming so soon, and if anything, I probably wasn't expecting you. But, how are things?
Seemingly well, from what we hear.
And she'll close the book and put it to the side of the bed, and she'll kind of just sit forward slightly, still cross-legged, and looking at you guys.
How are things with you?
I feel like shit, but I feel a lot better than I did yesterday and the day before. So,
Definitely more than you did at the time.
well, the problem is I didn't feel anything. That was the problem. But, oh.
Be glad for that. Anyway, can you tell us what happened?
Sola happened. She came after being rebuffed a few times on a few agreements and decided to take matters into her own hands. And if it wasn't for Boomer, it probably would have worked permanently.
Well, thank the gods for his affections. So, if it's not too bad, can you walk me through what happened?
Well, she'd used one of the teleportation areas that we have. Not necessarily a circle, but a place where people that can usually go. I don't know what happened with the clones. I didn't have time to speak with myself, but she came into our workshop where me and Boomer were, and she had some heavies with her, because I'd refused to do further dealings with her on certain matters and things like this. I took it into her own personal matters to make sure that she got what she needed, and when I still refused, attacked me. Tried
I
getting
believe there was some sort of powder was used, yes?
some sort of choking powder, yes. It felt like it was trying to prevent me from speaking, but we both managed to shrug it off. And I went to my room looking for one of my weapons. I tend to keep specific weapons for specific people until they have earned my trust fully. And I had one specially ready for her just in case, and I didn't manage to get it in time.
We'll have to make sure we get hold of that for in case she tries to come back. If you've not got access to one already, Evan will kind of just pull up the amulet. If you haven't got one already, I suggest getting one of these.
When I feel better, I can make some. I don't have any. It's not usually something that people tend to ask for too regular.
Well, at the moment they believe you're dead, and the longer they think that, probably the better.
They won't think for long. A simple scry spell will tell them different.
Why? We need to get you more hidden quickly. So, one of these as quick as you can. If you have no reason to believe you're alive, then you have more chance of keeping up. You have some advantage. Do you have any more any knowledge now that could help us with Sola? Or her group?
Sola, yes. Her group, not so much. That's one of the main reasons why I started distancing myself from her when she started working with them. The problem is that girl's brash. She's often looking for more power and not necessarily where it comes from. But she's got very destructive magic, and that seems to be what she's focusing her efforts on at the moment.
So is that what her mage speciality is?
Yes, evocation mostly. Wasn't what I taught. It wasn't what she had before, but it's seemingly what she uses now.
It's not what you taught her.
No.
That was a slip. But yes.
Figured as much.
It might have been useful if we knew that beforehand, you know. She may feel almost like she has to be the one to take you down because of an attachment.
Maybe, but I originally taught her conjuration and abjuration, mostly. That's my specialties, for the most part. I dabble in other things, and that's how I'm able to make the things I do, but those were the things that I was taught and attempted to pass on, but...
Speaking of dabbling, I will reach into my... You feel you're up for doing a quick little investigation into something? And he will pull out, Evan will pull out the tuning fork that we got.
Honestly, anything anything interesting to do. They won't let me out the room here, not until I'm fully recovered. So, if you have components for me, I could definitely take a look at things.
I don't think we have everything on it to do that. Anyway, you could take an educated guess of where this is attached to. Cass used them before.
Right, now, just give me 1 sec, because I just need to double check. You might know off the top of your head, Michael. Is Detect Magic component based, or is it VE, or is it just verbal somatic?
I don't think it needs a material. Well, I can't be sure.
It's alright, because this is obviously now, because she doesn't have access to any components or a focus. Anything that's got a component requirement, she technically can't cast at the minute, or do.
Don't think
Identify does, but Detect Magic on...
Yeah, and Identify needs the pearl, I know that one, but because Detect Magic is probably the other
Detect
option.
Magic does not.
Does not, so she...
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it did.
okay, so she can do that, at the very least. So, she will trace some symbols and take a look at it, and while she can't get a direct for it, obviously, she can at least try and make an educated guess, as you say. So let's get her an Arcana check with a -1 penalty. Because she technically had a -4, but in the 3 extra days travel since the incident, it's diminished. which is still a pretty good plus.
Are people communicating that she needs components, by the way, for identify, or is that more of a
Oh,
meta talk thing?
Oh no, she said that in character. If you
Yeah.
if you have anything to help me cast things, she would gladly do it because they won't let her do anything while she's here. Basically, you know, enforced bed rest where no spells, no leaving. You stay, you recover, and the monotonous
Yeah, we're aware of that one.
the monotony is killing her. Like it's driving her insane a little bit.
Well, we'd be aware, but you're not in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hence-
if pearls were specifically mentioned, Vian might root around for one, but if it's just, oh, do you have anything to cast with? Vian's like,
Well, she would probably mention if I had a pearl, I could probably identify it specifically, but I don't obviously have anything on me at the minute. So she will
Fair.
cast Detect Magic,
Hold on.
which obviously, if you guys then produce a pearl while she's doing this, she can then do a second casting. She has more than enough slots to do so.
I'll fish around for one after the Arcana check
Yeah.
resolves.
Well, no, that's fine. So she rolled a 12, which it's obviously a tuning fork to somewhere, but without a pearl or anything more specific, I probably wouldn't be able to figure it out. But it's obviously something to help with plane shifting.
Vian will fish around in her bag for just, like, she has a bunch of randomly assorted jewelry, so Danny discretion if any of that has pearls on it, but I would assume ocean-based.
Well, yeah, given that pearls are the ocean's gemstone, and you are a very aquatic being, I would say that it would be abhorrently shocking if you didn't have pearls.
Yeah, that was. She fishes a few out, and she's like, "Are any of these big enough?" I don't actually know. Most of them are in jewelry. I don't know how big you need it, but she fishes out like a bracelet and like a choker and.
The one on the diadem, that one will be enough. You don't need to pop it out or anything. Just as long as I have it in my hand.
Okay, doke, and she hands it over.
Yeah, so she'll take the small diadem, which is like a small gold circlet, with.
I'm about to say when you go to hand that over, like I don't know. Well, if she needed it with her beforehand, I would have just thrown the tuning fork onto the bed next to her.
I assumed you did as much.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Evan is specifically keeping at least about 4 paces away from Penelope.
Away from.
Away from.
Okay.
I am keeping my distance from her.
Yeah, so you're going to step forward, hand it to her, and then step back. Yeah.
Oh no! I don't hand it. I throw it onto the bed next to. I just underarm toss onto the thing. I am not getting close to her.
Ah. Yes, I've just realised now. Yeah. And she'll take the pearl and take the tuning fork and quickly cast Identify. Huh. So you did learn something after all. You stupid girl. This is to a pocket dimension. Almost identically similar to mine. Different, of course, but almost set up in the entirely same way.
Student has become the master.
Well, assuming she was the one that cast it, or at least just told the person how to do it, but it seems wherever this leads is somewhere similar to my place, where it's its own space.
More than likely where they have their base and like Cass is, if I'm hopeful.
Do you have any means of getting there, though? That's the thing.
Not at the moment. Might have asked. No. Asking you might have been an option, but also hoping to keep ourselves low whilst the rest of us gain power. I believe some of us will eventually might be able to gain the strength to use it.
There's probably one person I can think of that might be worth asking. Although, I don't know how you'd all be feeling about it, but except you, Haora. You probably wouldn't mind as much. There's in the north, in the mountains of Frosselgar, there was a woman that lives a life of reclusement, and she's got some decent power behind her. She's an unusual one, put it this way.
Wait, who is she on about? Hora's head just tilts slightly to her left as she tries to think. A woman in the mountains to the north of Frosselgar.
Because she's seen your true form before. Like, as in, not disguised.
I mean...
I know not everyone is exactly excited to work with the witches and things like this, but she's never done anything ill-willed.
On the scale of like 1 to 10, how corrupt is she? Just
Well,
based on what I know to be about the lady. I've not met her then before. It's just that
no, she's...
Penelope's
Well,
hex hag.
well, as far as I'm aware, and the last time I spoke with her, her physical form's yet to twist and bend into what you'd expect of a more aggressive form, and she keeps to herself mostly, but she does have some unique tastes in what she does. She usually takes animals and animal carcasses that she finds and puppets them into her own little family home, as it were.
I mean, I take teeth. You know, we're all a little strange.
Well, this
Seems to be a who we are.
Well, this is what I said. I don't know how the rest of you would feel about dealing with her. She's lovely, honestly. Makes a really nice warm drink as well.
Meow.
Well, it's something we can think about looking into. We do have other leads and things we need to be working on at the moment.
Do we?
Do we? I mean, meow.
I feel like that's exactly in character too.
I imagine that also that cat has just been saying meow and it's coming out as meow. He's not actually saying anything. He's just like
No.
He's just going meow and it's coming out as a meow.
I'm fully in love with the idea of him going, do we? I mean, meow.
No, I love that so much.
So fun. I
Uh,
mean, just it's worth a try, and you know, before we get to that kind of darkness, we're just people at the end of the day, and she could help.
Well, if need be, I could probably send word to her at least, and just broach that you may be approaching. If anything, she might send her latest son down if need be. What was it? It's a sea elf fellow.
Say what now?
One of her latest children that she adopted was sea elf.
Oh, Danny! Carl, are you not around right now?
No, I'm on guard duty outside.
Did you not? Sorry, I know this is
Evan
completely
does not remember.
Yeah.
I remember, and I heard you, and I'm like, you git. So I'm not there.
Helena doesn't have a clue, but she's like, oh, another one like I am?
No. More, well, the problem is, it's hard to tell, but because she's a necromancer, he's a little broken in places.
Oh, he's dead. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Body is moving, but the soul's not quite there.
She puppets her own family. This is what I mean by she's a little weird. She has no ill intention with them. It's just merely her way of not going insane from reclusiveness.
Understand.
Wait, do people just not stay dead? Is that like...
No,
not
they
a,
do. She just
Please.
decided to get them. This person probably decided to get
99% of all people stay dead. The other 1% don't. For some reason, it
They're
is a
just
very.
it feels like a lot of like a month ago I'd have sworn if you died, you died, not got better, got kind of better.
Is she literally pointing at people in the party as she's going?
More like she's looking down and counting to herself, but similar, yes. Like,
so long as you're lucky enough to know people with power,
Well,
death
I'll
is
wait.
merely an inconvenience, so long as it's not of old age.
Well,
It's their waiting
the
for
old
you,
age doesn't
obviously.
kill you. It's the diseases you get when you get old that kill you.
No, your body sometimes just gets so old it gives up.
Yeah, but what I mean is you don't die of old age. You die due to influenza or pneumonia or something like that. You're old.
Not if you live well.
That is true, but I enjoy my life by living well and drinking lots and making very poor decisions. So something's going to kill me.
So that's
eventually.
why you don't understand that notion.
Also, because tomorrow I could turn into a monster. We don't really know. You see, gotta live every day as it is. But we got massively off track. So her son could come and speak to us, maybe to offer some
If he
help.
gets sent, well, if we send the message and we do that,
Yeah.
it's something that we could keep an eye on to contact her to potentially get that.
I think we need all the help we can get, right?
Yes.
Evan?
Yes.
Yep. I think we could also do with a little bit more knowledge. Do you know any other magical people around here? I believe there's a place of learning and study in this town.
There's a sanctum in the massive structure in the centre here. There's the Ludmire Sanctum, but it's mostly full of scholars and people that are just learned. But there's a few people of interest in there, for sure.
Are there any there that would be able to track down any rumours or whispers of something that Sola's group would be interested in? How great things of great power, or rumours of things from before the Krieg?
Well, there's a number of good professors there. You could probably... I don't tend to interact with them too much. The issue is most of the body of the institute is just noble folk with more coin than sense. But the professors there seem to have some intellect. Might be worth speaking with one of the headmasters and seeing if they can help you.
Do you know any by name that we could try and speak to?
Not off the top of my head now. Luckily, the last time I dealt with them was nigh on 15 years ago.
How long have we been talking for now?
Only about 20 minutes.
If that.
No, if that.
Yeah, I'm just double checking because some of us have a spell up currently, and take 10 minutes. To
About 10 minutes to get here, and I would say probably 10-15 total. That's including talking to the guy upstairs being led down.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, we'll see if we can't get ourselves an audience with them, see if they can't find anything disturbing that might draw their attention to get us to look into.
So we do all of it, right? If this is as bad as you guys are making it to sound, we turn every stone just to see what wriggles beneath, correct?
Yeah. I kind of get the map that we got from Sola from before, and kind of just... Do you recognize any of these locations as something that they would be after?
And just let me put you on the map here, because it's the red crosses for those that are watching.
Yeah. So it's and more anything does she know about the southern two? As we've already dealt with the northern ones.
Well, the one in Vralthar was prospecting, where they had found some of the crystal that they wanted. It was not fully prepared. They needed me to refine it, and that was one of the snags and issues they had with me as I refused to do it.
Uh-huh.
The one in the west there, don't know what that one is. And I know that south one because I remember Sola speaking to me about wanting to have one of myself go down and be stationed there to refine crystal for them.
Surprised they didn't try and learn how to refine it themselves.
It wouldn't surprise me if they have by now, but if they could have got me to do it for simple coin, it would have been easier for them.
So, potential to go down there and shut down that mine. That might stop their ability to create more of those gems. Or at least choke the supply of them. Got that, and then we've got whatever's in the other corner.
I don't know what's there because, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing of use for someone like us. It's just woods and mountains, and there's iron and other metals, but nothing too significant.
Well, one of them was a this was the temple to Mistra. That one was where they summoned Mistra. I don't know if it was another temple. That appears to be a mine, so something important. Let's go break it. Is there anything else you can think of that would push us in that direction? We also need to deal with Dunvast. Did you hear anything about the rumours at Dunvast? Something singing near the ocean?
I've heard a couple of things about it because I've heard some of the clerics talking, some of the more, the roaming ones, the ones that go from city to city. They was on about going to take a look, fearing it was desecrated or something. Them just going off their aid and just bless the lands or something. They don't spend too much time in here. They see to my wounds if I have any. They make sure I'm getting stronger. They feed me, water me, and bring me spare bed sheets and clothes.
Make yourself sound like a plant.
Oh,
Trust me, if I was a plant, I'd be fucking dead with the lack of sunlight in here.
True. Right. Just no. Unless there's anything else you can think of, we will leave you to your rest. Boomer is working.
Did you ever go and speak to those to the east of Arbanum? The fort there, or not?
The what?
The fort east of Arbanum. The Estevans.
Oh, we never went to speak to those. That might also be something we need to do.
Did you say you never
Sorry.
want to speak to them?
No, something we might want to do.
Oh, okay.
The bands, we need to speak to those.
Haora, you would recognise the Estevan name immediately.
Yeah.
Like being a prominent person of travel in this country, you would immediately recognise them as essentially mutated mercenaries.
Bad shit hunters.
Yeah. They are like half humanoid, half monster bounty hunters.
You'll be happy to know I watched the first couple of those episodes, Danny.
Oh, of Claymore?
Yeah.
Can you see the inspiration?
Oh yeah, no, I fully understand the inspiration.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good anime. It's really fucking good.
So, I do have a quick question. One moment.
Is this to Penelope or to the people with you?
To everybody in the party, but mainly aimed directed towards Evan. So what is your plan next then, Evan, based on all the information that you have been gathering?
Our next effort is hopefully to gain some knowledge from the people here. Well, the people here at the. My apologies, I've forgotten the name of the Center of Learning here.
I will put it in the chat for you. The name of the thingy. Just let me pull it up.
We ask around. We ask there, see if we can't find some information. We
There it is.
hopefully after there we can find out some more. We have a few names we can use that might be able to get us some more. Get us in through the door. We might be able to do that. I suggest we deal with whatever's happened in Dunvast, just so that's dealt with, and it looks like we're still doing our job of staying out of the way. We start looking to make moves towards the numbers. They've attacked us. I think it's now time we return the favour if they're not going to keep their word. We continue with this, do that, maybe see if Greytail wants to set up a base of operations at his home, if he would be so gracious to allow it.
Okay, you are pinballing through a lot of stuff right now, and I do understand that we've got a lot going on. But 5 minutes ago you seemed like hell for leather, and now you've not. No, 5 minutes ago, before we left, you seemed ready to bring down the eternal hellfire on the numbers, and then now you're not. You want us to go around the map and, all over this country.
We can't jump into their home yet, but we now have better options to be able to make that attack. Raining hellfire doesn't mean just hitting the direct target. We burn everything around it inwards.
Yeah, I know this. What I'm asking is, what the fuck is happening with you? You don't need to tell me how to effectively, crush your opponents by not actually crushing them.
Of course. Now we're ready to go then. They've broken their word. The peace agreement is broken.
I just think you need to stop lying to us and actually tell us what the fuck is going on in your head, so that we are better prepared to deal with it.
Telling you everything that's currently in my head.
Yes, at this precise moment, but I'm not getting into this discussion. You need to be more honest and stop hiding things. You haven't been. Anyway.
Okay.
I think it is time we let Penelope rest, maybe, if this is not going to go any further.
Yes. Also, Penelope, try not to beat any of the souls of the clerics around here. They did save your life. It is also what let me know about your problem, as it were.
I'll be honest, it's not exactly something that was at the forefront of my mind, but
well, I was doing what the rest of this lot wanted and resting in bed and staying healthy, and you decided to kick me out of bed by dying.
That is
literally.
I might add, that is a lie. See, that's a lie.
There. It's not though. She literally did.
Oh no, it's literally not. That's the funny thing.
I was literally resting in bed, doing what you'd said,
and was jolted about 6 foot to the left
out of bed by her dying.
Because the way it was explained, hi dragon, by the way, kisses, was basically, think like if someone's got a rubber band attached to a harness that you've got on your chest, pulled it like stupidly far and then let it go, and you know that like kind of oomph, that hit. Yeah, he got that.
I meant more in a figurative sense, not a literal sense. Since
clever.
Stay in bed, and he wasn't staying in bed.
I was in that moment. That's the thing.
Exactly, we all were in that moment. We were fucking asleep.
Nitpicking.
No, you lot were upstairs you lot were all upstairs doing training at the time.
Guys,
To be
please.
fair, for that 1 week, Evan did stay in bed for that 1 week.
Guys, it's
Yeah,
definitely.
sorry, we're not.
It's,
This argument's not conducive to your healing.
no, it's actually. It's
We will.
it's entertaining. Don't worry about it. But
We will make our leave. Ian, do you want to collect your materials?
oh,
Sorry.
I'll hand the diadem back.
And does she collect the other stuff as well?
Yeah, I grab Evan's fork and knife and spoon and whatever else.
But
I'm going to have a moment with Penelope alone, if that is okay, and I will join you all out in there.
Vian just turns to Evan and goes nowhere. Like, yeah, Evan, get out. Go on.
You too, Vian.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna need to help an old man up the stairs, apparently.
I will be a moment. You can wait outside the door. Not going to be very long, I promise.
So I put the bandage back. I put the bandage back on. Pull the hood up. Get well, my dear, and offer my arm out to be led out.
Oh, I will pick up Deer by the scruff of his neck and just place him outside the door as well.
yeah, you go to open the door and forget that the door was locked behind you. But it's easy enough to garner someone's attention to come in and lock in, get you guys out.
Rose, you can't see it, but damn it!
What?
I was very specifically trying to make as much attention to I am leaving and I am taking Vian with me, so you'd forget that Deer was also in the room. It's like,
I was just waiting.
I know, it was just one of those things of like, I nearly got away with it. Because
So,
otherwise, as I said, don't forget to pick up the cat.
On the way out, though, Vian will set up communication with Helga for her if she wants to use it.
is that like a minute or something?
Telepathic messaging, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Howard?
1 minute
Get
duration, but
Of just like, you know, when you're trying to call someone and you can tell they're not picking up the phone on purpose? Like,
Yeah.
you
I
get the
think
sense
it's
of.
more. We're going to be stood outside the door. The mental communication is there for when you knock, so we can let you out.
Oh, I know completely. It's just more so at the moment, Hera's not receiving. if
We're
that
on
makes
hold.
sense.
We're on hold.
Yeah.
But
yeah. She can't read minds, she can only send the messages back and forth, but she's okay, yeah.
but Hera, you have your moment alone with Penelope.
So,
I'm sorry. You said this woman named Fossilger. Is she like me, or like my maker?
The latter, but she's harmless for the most part. Between making her own home, as it were, the weaving of linens and making warm meals and food for herself, she does almost fuck all.
And she lives in the mountains north to Fossilger. Would you be able to maybe show me some sort of map or like vague direction, maybe?
If you get your hands on a map, I could point it out for you, but it's a little awkward and out the way. The best way I could explain it is if when you go over the mountains, you'll see a sheer cliff drop. If you go straight from the town and follow the pathway up, you'll come to a sheer cliff drop. Normally, most people tend to go left and right for most of the traversements, but if you look down the cliff face, you'll see nestled in somewhere there's a hidden pathway, and depending on the time of day, you'll probably see a bit of light coming from her home.
Okay, it's understandable. She doesn't.
It's a pain in the ass to get there, though, from there, but that's the easiest place where you could at least get your eyes on the place. To get there, otherwise, you'd have to almost double back on yourself and go all the way around. Unless you intend to scale the cliff.
It depends on how much I want, whatever knowledge she has, I guess.
She's intelligent. She is.
You're in every city, right?
Technically, yes. Not at the moment, though.
I was asking if maybe I could ask a favor of you and your clones. I can pay if needs be, or maybe do a job for you sometime down the line. You know, no questions asked. Like, if you want to bury a body without anyone knowing, I can do that, you know.
Wait till Boomer cheats.
I, I am a very successful mercenary, and I am very used to, you know, taking care of business if business needs. But I was wondering if you would be open to looking out for some people for me and letting me know if they get close to where me and my friends
I can do that. Because I know Heaven, he's on about wanting me to fake my death for as long as it takes, but the problem is it's almost not possible, for the most part at least. I need to at least restore something, and I can't help you if I don't either way. But what people?
well, if I may offer some advice as well, the best way to ensure that people won't attack you is to be in broad daylight with lots of people who are very important looking out for you. They're less likely to try and attack if they have an audience, because they're trying to hide what they are doing away from the general public. Don't want uproar or anything. But if you could keep an eye out for, and I will give vague descriptions of my old friends, just in case they get close, you know, to any main town, and I will give a description of Denna in both her hag form and her beautiful form. Anyone with like the crown, you know, and I will vaguely gesture to where the crown usually is and isn't there because I'm currently disguised. You know. Danny gone or have I
No,
gone?
no, I was just rolling a dice. A very important dice.
I mean, that was a very good roll, so.
It was a history check to try and see if she can remember such a person. Nothing comes to mind immediately, but I think I remember seeing someone with a purple crown once before, but I can't remember where, and it was a while ago. But I'll see if I can. If I see them again, I'll try to let you know.
What did they look like? Do they match any of the descriptions? Were they a tiefling or a dragonborn or a orc?
She would give one of the descriptions to one of the forms that you've seen of the more beautiful and elegant side. She came in once looking for some basic materials for something, a few bones, crystals, chalks and incenses, things like that.
Oh, so Denna's beautiful side.
Yeah.
So she is close to a town.
Well, this was a while ago.
Like years back or like months back? There is a difference.
About 6 months or so.
So after I left. Right. If you see them again, like I say, I would really appreciate being given the heads up if they are in the town that we are in, because it means that shit is about to go down and I need to get my friends away from me or vice versa. I'm not quite sure. But yes, thank you.
Well, when I've got everything back up and running, I'll make sure to let myself know so we can tell you.
Yeah, hire some guards, just not your clones. Your clones are like you. You are very intelligent, but I don't know if you know how to wield a sword or a weapon or have, you know. And she'll just like puff a form out a little bit and be like, muscle, maybe a guard or two might help. You know, just in case it happens again. Get some security. You have a shop. It's surprising that no one has stolen from you yet.
No, they can't steal from me if they can't get in. Your standard thief can't lockpick an interdimensional portal.
Well, surprisingly, Solar Sands just kills you the other day, so I don't know. Maybe some security would be a good thing.
Oh, I fully agree on that part.
And I will recommend like some mercenary types I know that are meant to be, you know, like really clean, because they seem like more of up Penelope's alley. And I'll be like, he's a little dim, but very wise. Towards this guy.
You're going to accidentally recommend one of the people that killed her.
No, like she's specifically going for people that she knows have been very vocal of either having a dislike
White hat
of like
mercs. White hat mercs.
yeah, they are, they don't like unloyal people. They are to the code and everything. They get hired for a job, like real strong people. So, glad you're not dead. If you get any fancy stuff, let me know. Speedy recovery, all that jazz, and thank you for your...
Well, you've definitely broke up the monotony, at least for a bit. It's been entertaining, to say the least. But it's about 11:36 now, and the one chap who's been looking after me usually comes about now.
Yes, and we'll send Boomer along eventually when he gets over. I don't know. He saved your life, so
He did.
if he's willing to ask you a question, maybe go on a date with him if you're into that. Okay, thanks. And she'll open the door, and I feel like it's open, and the fire goes off. Yeah, and get me out.
Yeah, just before she can respond, you like bang on the door like, Vian, let me the fuck out quick.
God damn it.
Oops,
Forgetting the
sorry,
mental-
busy
forgetting the mental
tone.
call.
Boo-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo-boo-doo-boo.
Yeah, Vian's currently playing Epic Games Launcher.
Yep.
It's a pretty good game.
I will remember this, and let me just say the shit training will get harder.
Dan quickly opens the door.
Thank you. And I'll give a little salute towards Penelope before going out. Is the cat? I'm assuming everybody else was still on the side of the door. Like cat was on the side of the door.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Oh no, I was gonna
Cool.
wait for the door locks. Dear, you're locked in the room with Penelope and she doesn't know you're there. What do you do?
No, here we're already threw the cat out, so
Yeah. But yeah, so you're all leading yourselves back out. The cleric.
Is there any like? Sorry.
All I was going to say is the cleric that led you down sees you and goes, if you need to come back, just let me know, yeah? Hope everything's okay.
thank you for your time.
Yeah, go on, Rose, as you were saying.
Penelope's the only magic store in town, isn't she? Or is there
yes.
like any? Well, we're in the capital, so I'm guessing there is a wider market trade here. Like
There
you might
are-
get curious.
There are people
Sounds
that
like-
sell different things, but there is not another magic shop. But there are people that sell magical items alongside their other things.
Oh, yeah, because we were in town. Maybe if we're about to go and do something, we could do a quick shop and then head back. Yeah. How much time do we have left on the ticking self clock?
It should be perfectly fine if you just leave it, like, if you were to walk away and then just lose your guard for like a few minutes, then you could walk around town undisguised. It was just we didn't want you spotted coming in or leaving as members, as us.
So when we're heading back, I will kind of pull our group into almost like we're taking a shortcut, but we're going down an alleyway. We can't really see what's happening, and then I will shift back. I just
Sounds
mean that, I wouldn't mind having a quick look around. It's not. I've not been in Habitat for a while, and there's going to be a booming trade here, and we might as well before we, pop back to Dunvast and deal with that.
Well, I fully intended to go and speak to the Sanctum whilst we were here.
Oh, well, it's on the way. Look at that. We can go to the shopping and then go to the school.
I get the feeling that you're going to want to visit a lot of shops.
No, just the one.
We don't have to stick together. I'm sure Vian or
Oh no, I'm
this one
sticking
can
to
keep me behaved whilst I'm wandering the streets.
Oh, it is okay. I thought we were close friends. I'm going to stick with you. It is quite all right. Go on, Hera, dear. Let's go shopping.
Wait, did you say
she
come on,
realised she
hail
just-
her then to yourself?
Yeah, I know.
I
She just
did.
she just started.
Yeah,
But yeah. yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit cold-headed, guys. My brain's not up to them. Like,
Yeah.
I will. Does anybody else change back, or am I the only person who's changed back now at this time?
I
I
was
can't.
gonna try and hold on to mine.
Yeah, well, I can't exactly. Other than walking around, not quite hunched over without my hood, with my hood down and me blindfold off, there's no difference. So, I'd still be needing to get to the Sanctum and keep the disguise up for a bit longer.
Okay, well, like I say, I'm more looking for something specifically, but it won't take more than a few minutes to have a quick look across the stores to see if we spot anything. Or
We
in
can
the
try and have a look, and if we don't spot it on the way to the Sanctum, we could ask there. Given that they're other magic people, they may know what we're looking for in town.
Perfect.
So, shopping first.
If we can find the shop, otherwise.
The question is next. What are you looking for?
I am specifically looking for, like magical items, but more to do with protection rather than weapon usage. Does that make sense? I'm looking for
Right.
stuff that will protect us, or stuff that is going to be, almost like shields. If there's shields that are plus one,
So yeah,
or maybe
armors,
can do something.
shields, braces, amulets.
Okay. Make
Stuff that is.
a investigation check.
That's an 11. I'm not very good at investigation unless people are helping me. I will point out I am looking for protection items.
I will try and help you through this blindfold.
And will you help me?
I'll
Can I
try
cast
and
help?
help.
Oh.
But I don't know what I'm looking for.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure if you have a look in the
Yeah, you
chat,
don't help me that much anyway.
Oh.
Let's say, yeah, well, Rose, if you'll have a look in the Facebook chat, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, you sent a photo.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Have you actually? Let me
Yes.
just.
Yes, actually.
You. Oh my God. You look like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He looks like budget cosplay version.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's budget cosplay. It's a tie tied around my head and my hoodie pulled up, but that's about it.
That's fucking
I
great.
didn't think it was a tie, or one of the things that you put on your dressing gown. That comes off the.
Like
but it
belt,
wasn't-
well, a dressing gown.
I'm
belt.
not gonna show it on stream, but for the sake of people watching, we've just had a selfie of Michael with his hoodie up, and as he's just said, a tie around his fucking noggin. Because Michael has explained to us on a number of occasions, he's got a habit of method acting with his physical positions and features and clothing, and yeah, God help him when we get to the hot spring episode again.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Why do you
Oh,
think?
then
Why
if
do you
it's
think
just
I
the
don't
next
get involved, Danny? You keep having those ones when the family's around.
We're just here, just sloshing. It's just like, no, no.
I'll need to borrow. If I'm doing that, I need to borrow next door's hot tub for that.
Well, hot tub stream.
Okay, do I find anything on any of his stalls, please?
You
Come on,
do?
Dan, you
Go
go
on.
do a hot tub stream. You gotta do a hot tub stream now.
I don't have one. I don't even
It's
have a
a very
bath.
one
I don't
for
even have.
£300.
I don't even have a bath. We have a
Neither
shower.
do I.
That's why you need a hot tub. Because you don't have a bath. You can't just improvise. You have to actually get a hot tub now.
I'm just gonna have a paddling pool in the back garden. There we go, sorted. Wait till it's actually summer and we're
Rose,
not.
have you seen the size of me? I think I'm gonna need something bigger than that.
Let's get a little paddling pool for you with rubber duckies in it.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the track.
One thing you do come across is you come across a vendor that's selling a lot of small trinkets and like pendants, charms, and other such like small carvings and features. And he goes, so were you looking for something for protection, was you? Well, I have a number of things that could be of use for you, but do you want something strong or more of a good luck charm?
I would prefer if you did not sell me anything that is clearly, snake oil. Please.
I don't have any snake oil, but...
Snake oil is good for the skin, though. Well,
I don't want just a good luck charm. I want something that actually does something.
So powerful is why I was asking.
That's fine. I don't want a rabbit's foot or whatever. We met a very nice rabbit the other day. It feels a little insulting.
This is where he gives you a good luck stone that's actually a rabbit's foot.
He kind of looks at you for a moment like, nope, not going to ask. One thing I have here is, and he'll pull out 3 used, but still fairly big candles. These, when you light them, they've got a few hours of use in them. But if you stay within the smoke and the incense it has in the wax for about an hour, it's meant to give you some protective abilities and properties. And he'll look at the one candle and go, this one's got about 2 hours, and the other 2 have got 5 and 6 hours of burn left in them, he reckons. For a total of 13 hours worth.
13 hours, and he's saying that if we sit in the smoke and be close to
for an hour,
for an hour, we will get some benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So if we light them during a short rest,
pretty much, yeah. So what it is, you'd like say the 2 hour candle, you just slap it until it's about halfway down. As long as you're within about a 10-foot radius of this candle, unless you want to light multiple at the same time, that's up to you.
that'll make it last up to 13 hours. That's not how candles work. Oh.
But yeah, no. Each candle, you've got to be within. He says you've got to be within about 10 foot, ish.
So within like its light range.
Pretty much, yeah. It's. I don't think it's the light, but I think it's more the. I think it's lavender that's been broken into the wax. Because what you can see, this wax is, it's like a opaque white wax, but you can see like bits of things in it. So it's like, think like how a jawbreaker is. You know, how it's white with like the mottled colours.
Yeah, it's artisanal candles. I know exactly what you're on about, Dundee. You don't need to explain. It's got herbs in it.
Yeah, it's got herbs, petals, but it's all been dried and like crushed up with a mortar and pestle and then mixed in.
This sounds like something I would actually buy in modern times, like now in real life. I would actually buy these. They sound actually quite nice.
Candles aren't hard to make.
Oh no, I know. I love candles.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these apparently they give off the scent of lavender.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you have these? Is this all you have?
Yeah. Well, it was all that was given to me. The 2 bigger ones, I won in a game of dice from another merchant. The other one was given to me as a gift a while back, which is why it's used, but I have no need for it anymore. I'd be willing to sell all 3.
Oh, well, if you do not need them, I'm guessing it is a low price.
Well, judging you're asking for them, I would say that's because you need them, which would increase the price.
But I only need stuff for protection. Telling me about candles. I was not born yesterday, my friend. In fact, even though what is he? Is he a human or whatever?
Looks gnomish actually.
No,
so you might actually be older
in age. I don't know how old gnomes are. I am older than some and older than none. Anyway, How about we make this a fair deal then? What is it that you're looking for before you start adding on your tax and everything?
Well, the price of them, at least the two that I was selling before, I'll say 15 gold each.
How about 15 gold each for the two big ones and you fill the little one in for free?
Make a persuasion check, just for the sake of.
Okie dokie. I'm kind of persuasive.
You are. 15 gold each. I'll throw the little one in, if you do one favour.
What?
You see the fruit stall over there, about 2 rows away? The one that's selling the berries and things like that?
Yes?
Go and buy a couple bushels off her. She's not been having much business lately, and she's a Sweden.
No, I will. And I will put down 35 gold on this countertop and say, as a tip, and walk over to the other stall and buy as much berries as, seems sane.
It's wild berries for the most part, like red currants and things like that, and small, not necessarily common ones. You'd probably get 2 good punnets for a couple silver.
Cool, I'll give her a gold piece as well.
Oh my, are you sure? And she will grab one of the other punnets and put another one on, so you got 3, and just please, it's only fair. That's a lot of money.
Vianne will quickly fish around in her bag as well and pull out one of the smaller pearl items, not the big one because that was the 100 plus diadem, but a 50 GP jewelry piece.
I am probably glad, and also I'm probably also glad that I'm stood currently off to the side.
Blind.
Probably the only guide I've got is the fact that I've probably got a cat that's just pawing at the side of my leg at the moment, and I'm not entirely certain whether or not it's deer.
It could not be.
Could I have a question? Oh, sorry, Vianne.
Oh, I was going to say Vianne fishes out a smaller piece of jewelry, 50 GP, and passes it over as well. And this is a present from down the road. And she, tries to, stealthily point back at the stall that pointed us here.
Oh, and you're kind of she gets quite emotional, just because you've just dumped probably multiple months worth of wages in just the gold piece on this poor fucking girl's desk, because you got to consider most common folk barely see a silver a week.
And you've probably just given her, probably enough to kind of, a very luxurious lifestyle for the rest of her life.
Well, with the I'd imagine it's a small brace, charm with a couple of small pearl charms that hang off on little chains.
Oh yeah, this is from him. He was just hoping your business would, do well, and she gives a playful wink.
Oh no, thank you. It's he's been looking out for me for a while. It's appreciated. Thank you. Take any of the berries you want, please, from me.
As a favour, if Vianne is okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
If I give you another gold, would you handle your berries out for free to anybody who is in need of some lightening up in their life today? Just spread the love a little.
Well, certainly. I'll do that right now, yeah.
Cool, here is another gold. Any urchins who are in town, homeless people, give them a little bit of life by some berries. And we will take these back to our place and enjoy them.
Yeah. So, yeah, you've got yourself a bushel of 3 bushels now. No, 4, because she gave Vianne one, of mixed wild berries red currants, blueberries, and a few other couple that I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's nice. They're very hearty. God, hello. God is in the chat. Say hi, God.
Hi, God. As she kind of walks back over to Evan, she kind of pops one in her mouth, you know, like that kind of like proper cocky, like throwing it into her mouth and chewing it. I got some candles and some berries. Farmers markets, am I right? And then we'll start like giving back my arm more if Jan wants to, so we can keep going towards the school.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll offer out if anybody wants some berries. I now have some berries.
Oh no, they are fucking beautiful.
Oh, they're like sweet as well. They're probably in season.
Well, not to mention as
so-
well, because of how it's not icy, because your real world equivalent about late February, early March, which, funny enough, is not terribly far from us. The air is cool enough that it keeps the berries fresh, but it's not freezing them and like rotting them out. So yeah, no, it's like, perfect for them.
Do I have like a bag as well, like a small sealable one, like the equivalent of a plastic bag, but obviously.
What it is, it's essentially a square piece of linen that basically like folds up and then ties at the top in like a knots into like a little pouch. That's about the best she's got.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're designed to be at within a few days.
Just asking for storage purposes because I don't want to just like dump berries in my purse that live there for the next 6 months.
I mean, you could just stick them in your bag of holding.
Well, no, that was... Yeah, I just didn't want them to spill all over and have to...
Yeah, no, basically, they were placed in a bit of linen, the corners folded up into like a pouch and then tied and sealed. So it is a sealed container.
So you say that we've got 2 punnets each, right?
You got given 3.
Yeah,
And I've got my own.
Yeah,
because
so two each for them.
Because you went to buy 2, and then when you give so much, she give you a 3rd one, and then when Vianne did the gift from there, she gave her one just because.
Oh, cool. Can I put, like, all but one of them? Can I put them in one of my little pockets on my house?
You can do what the fuck you like with your berries. I do not care. It is. They have been
I'm
sold.
going to freeze a small handful of them.
Okay.
But like flash freeze, not...
Yeah.
Well, they should be okay in there. Like, nothing ever gets bad. You know, there's no air in a haversack, so it's like a bag of holding, just different shaped. So they should be okay in my little pocket. And then I will continue to eat the punnet that I've got. You know, like when you go through berry picking and you probably eat a punnet's worth as you are picking other berries.
It's absolutely fine. No, it's absolutely fine. Sorry, I was just typing a message to our lovely chat.
I just wanted mine nice and cold for, not just for preservation, just for actual preference.
Yeah, they are kind of nice when they're crunchy like that. Yeah, if anyone's ever ate like a strawberry or something that's like when you get them in the freezer section, they're actually kind of nice when you crunch them.
Oh my god! Does Heron know that Dia is into ice cream?
I don't think it's been mentioned too much since you've joined, but it probably has been mentioned. Like he has a recipe for ice cream.
Yeah.
It's probably been mentioned he has a recipe for it, but he hasn't used it yet.
How about, dear, I now have some berries in my pocket. When you are not a cat, we will make ice cream.
Meow.
I'm just going to pick him.
Can't think of a cat. I can only meow.
Can I pick up the cat? Because I've got like across my, like behind my shoulders, I've got my shield and just pop him in there and be like, this is probably the best place for him. He can't get in trouble or run off or do something to deal with people.
Clearly,
you are now putting my shoulders.
Clearly, you've not met Dia for long.
It just means if he goes, I've got quick reflexes, and I'm hoping he doesn't pop back to a cat while he is sitting on me. So I meant a tabaxi, not a cat. Great will be really angry with me if I called him a cat. I know he's
I'm pretty sure Greytail already is aware.
Luckily, though, Greytail is in a different dimension.
Greytail still sneezes.
It is
Like
true.
somebody's been talking about it.
Oh no, like pan back to the shop and like Greytail just suddenly has like a sneezing fit, and Greytail's like, "Fucking knew it."
Shall we let the others know maybe on our way through the town? Because I'm guessing that's where Penelope is. She's
Well,
in this
yeah,
market.
Penelope's tent is within the vicinity of this place. You guys have basically gone past the Ludmire Sanctum to go to the marketplace, to go back. You could quite easily go and pick up the rest of the people now you know things are seemingly okay.
I do
Seeing as
well.
they
So hang on.
be sitting around
So-
for hours.
In order, Danny.
You went out of the market to go to the church, to go back into the market, going past the Ludmire Sanctum both times.
Why did we do that when we could have just gone to the Sanctum?
Because I was in charge and I wasn't letting you do this. Oh, I'm going just straight to the sanctum. You know, oh, we can't do any fun stuff. Like I am miserable. No.
And
Okay.
she got berries.
She got berries. I hope that entertains
And I
her
got
for the rest.
candles.
Hang on.
Oh, great.
I must
You'll be
write
ent-
down I've got 13
you
hours.
must be
worth.
entertained for
Just
2
for the
days
sake
then.
of, like, so long, just make them distinct from normal candles, and obviously, as and when you light them, I will let you know what they do.
Candles.
But yeah, you've got one 5-hour, one 6-hour, and one 2-hour candle.
Lavender candles. If you wouldn't mind, like sometime, obviously between sessions, because it's unlikely that I'll use them today. And so that's how many hours was it? 13 hours.
13 hours total if you plan to be super proficient with them, yeah.
2, a 5, and a 6.
Yeah, 2, 5, 6.
Okay, put them in as lavender candles.
Okay. So as we get closer back to the Sanctum, like I will...
Oh, I thought you were stopping off to grab people.
Yeah.
No, we're going to the Sanctum.
No, as in grab the rest of the party to go to the Sanctum.
No,
I'm not
going
sitting
to the
there.
Sanctum.
Okay.
Seeing as he's hurt and he's walking with a bit of a like, he's what's the best way of doing it? He's got a bit of a limp. He's working all crooked. He's obviously going slow. Everybody else, and then join up with the rest of the group in the time it probably takes him to get there. Because I don't know why he's not getting the other.
Basically, if he figures that out, he's taking the blindfold off. He's walking normally and just going.
Why?
Because there's
Why-
work to be done, and dicking around isn't needed.
Okay.
So you're not grabbing the rest of the party.
No. He's already annoyed that he's realised he's had to go past the Sanctum once.
I just mean out of character. I get it in character, but out of character, I just didn't want the rest of the party to be sitting there while we have a.
Yeah, that was
2-hour
kind of the
conversation.
point. Yeah.
Well, I did wonder what
You do have a sending stone that Boom's got the other ones on.
that I've already used for today.
Oh shit, okay.
So we can't send the sendings to say that, and we can ask for a moment what has Persephone been doing during this time, because she was meant to be scouting for us.
I was scouting outside, is what you asked.
Yep.
Yep. Well,
I did,
the plan, I was going to transition Rose instead of, while you guys are travelling, I was going to go back to the tent and stuff. But I was kind of hoping that you would all group up, but that's okay. So
once
Oh,
I saw... Sorry, carry on.
no, go on, Carl.
Once I saw them leave, I would have joined up with them.
Leave the church, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of, make a perception check and give me a rough idea of what you would have been looking for in the time.
Well, I would have followed the group up to see if anyone was following them. And then once they got to the church, I would have blended in, like Assassin's Creed style.
Mhm.
Sitting out the way, with the beggars if need be. Just watching for anyone who's coming in, any if I recognise anyone, anything in particular, like certain features. Or anyone
Or-
looking shifty, anything like that.
Anyone who looks like a thug or something.
Yeah. And
Copy.
obviously I would have fed back. So what would you want? Perception, yeah?
Perception check, please. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm terrible today.
Leaving and following the party, you stay probably 20-30 foot back just to be like extra safe, blending in with the crowd naturally. And it doesn't seem like from the tent to the church that there is any issue in the means of They're being tailed. You don't notice anyone watching. They get to the church, A-OK and safe. They spend about 20 minutes inside, and while you do, you remain outside. A few people do come in and out of the church, but no one that would be enough of a recognition to trigger anything. Eventually, they would leave and head towards the markets, and you would follow them there. Again, you're still keeping a distance, just in case, because you're unsure. And you see them head to a small knick-knack store and procure some candles. You then watch... I nearly said Rosa, because she would be RB. Hailra and Vian go to a small fruit vendor, and then they all start heading almost back directly towards you, because obviously you turning, and I would imagine at that point you would probably meet up with them. Just make a general history check.
History.
Yes, please. Okay. Yeah. No one in the market comes to mind, or anyone that again grabs your attention in a I know you, you fuck. And you meet up with the party heading towards the Ludmire's Sanctum. But quickly transitioning to the tent. Boomer, Greytail, and I believe that's it, right?
Yeah.
What have you two been doing in this 40-ish minute time?
I would have asked one of the Penelope clones how much I could sell these braces for.
The ones that slow you down but improve
yeah,
damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I could take a look at them and she'll look them over. I can't identify them or anything at them because normally that's Penelope's doing, like real Penelope. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But if they do what you
identifies a ritual, and they should be able to do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. It is a ritual, so she could do it over a 10-minute ritual. Thank you. I'd forgotten it was a ritual. And they do have pearls and components, and so it would ritually cast and be like, "Huh, these are actually surprisingly good. I'm surprised you're getting rid of them."
They're a bit too heavy for me.
I actually have I think we know a couple of people that might be interested in these. Probably. I mean, obviously, she normally makes the price, but I could probably ballpark them at about 6,000, 7,000.
Jesus. Yeah.
They're extremely powerful. Regardless of the weapon you use, it adds considerable weight to the swings and strikes. Like, it makes you a little slower, but
My whole thing is being fast and agile.
and
So
does
these would be a big disadvantage for me.
do none of your other compatriots have need for them, or are these
Well, they're not
yours personally?
These were given to me.
Oh, right. But I could probably, if you're looking for, you said speed's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any money you would want to put towards something?
I'm about to get 6 grand.
Huh.
I've only got 15 gold.
But you said you're about to get 6 grand.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, if you want to trade and yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because
You've only got how many?
I've only got 15 gold on me.
Okay, so I don't know where the other 870 that I've got here have vanished to.
I know I bought a load of potions.
how about this?
Did I ever have that much?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got you on an amount. So
How about this? You trade if you want, at least. I have an idea. Penelope, will you go and grab the the pendant, the gold one with the sapphire and the fire opal? Yes, that one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Penelope.
No, literally, it's weird how they talk to each other, because they talk to each other like they're not talking to themselves, and it's like, oh, Penelope, will you do this? Yeah, Penelope, cool. It's really kind of surreal in its own unique, funny way.
I get that.
But I suppose that's what happens when there's like 14 Penelopes all in a
Yeah.
I
room.
mean, my school had 6 Ashleys.
I'd say,
Oh, did it? Fuck.
I'd say, Penelope, can you get already on it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you just saw Pumat Soul and just decided I'm gonna one up that.
It wasn't the intention, but it kind of ended up like it, I'll be honest.
Okay,
It
or is
wasn't.
it more like 8 up?
Yeah, because there was, 4 and 1, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was three
I thought there was 4.
copies. 3 copies. And then
No,
the
it was
actual
never my intention to end up like it, but it kind of did, and I don't mind it because you guys like the character, so fuck it. If you didn't like the
Yeah,
character,
she's a
then...
pretty cool big bad.
So you said you're coming in 6, and I would say these are probably worth 7. I'll be fair. If you parted
What,
with...
no, the 6 was No, the brace. Whatever money you're giving me for the brace is pretty much all I've got.
Oh, I thought you meant you were coming in with 6 on top of.
No.
Oh, because... Well, it's probably going to be out of your range then, but what I was going to offer you was this pendant that requires attunement, but gives you some abilities and characteristics probably similar to fighters that you would be used to seeing. You know how sometimes they're able to attack incredibly fast in a sequence that probably seems a little unusual?
Mm.
Out of
Yeah,
character.
get a first speed.
Out of character.
Second one.
Action surge.
Right, action surge.
It would have been a pendant that required attunement that would give you access to a once-a-day action surge.
Oh.
That would have been fun.
Yeah. This is why she was like, oh, speed your thing. Okay, let's give you the chance to punch bullshit. You think you punch a lot now? But yeah,
How many times?
so Penelope does come back with this pendant, and she's like, I don't... It's probably not going to work, but still we'll show him, because it might be something that he wants later. You never know. And you'll see. It's basically... It's a silver chain that comes into a very, obelisk... think the Washington Monument, you know, that, obelisk shape, where it's, that square with the point at the end. It looks to be like a greyish marble, and set in the top is a sapphire, and in the bottom a fire opal. And it kind of gently hums in the hand. It permeately hums with this sort of energy. Pretty fucking sweet. I was gonna say the pendant and 5, but obviously.
Yeah.
But
I don't have. Maybe later.
It's a consideration in case you're interested, but if you are sure you don't want these braces, we could find home for them. I could give you 6.5.
Yeah. I'll sell them.
And get yourself 6,500 gold. Do you have anywhere that's to store this easy, or are you going to be stuck with it?
Yeah, I did not think of that.
She's basically referring, do you have a bag of holding of something? Because otherwise you're going to be carrying this fucking heavy box bag of just coinage.
How much would a bag of holding be?
200?
I'll buy a bag of holding then.
Yeah, we've got 10 of those last time I checked. So yeah, 6,300, and we'll grab you a bag.
20 gold for a bag for life. Prices have gone up a bit, Danny.
No, that's pricey, right?
It was 200 gold for a bag for life, but yeah. But it is definitely a better and bigger bag.
Yeah.
How many bags do we have that hold lots? We have 4 in the party at the moment? 5?
3.
That you sort of have.
No, I think it's 5.
It's 5. We've got Hera's got one, Vianne's got one.
Evan's
got one. So is Greytail. So many bags of holding.
It's not bad.
Party.
Which is even funnier because they have infinite. Like, why do we need 6 infinite storage spaces?
I think it's
Like,
more the convenience of having your own
I know.
space.
Having your
But
own, yeah.
I think
No,
it is excessive, but it's entertaining.
Normally a group has one, and they all use it.
But no, you now have a bag of holding, complete with a starter fund of 6,300 gold pieces, with probably 3,000 of it in platinum pieces. So you've got 300 platinum and then 3,300 gold.
Yeah.
The one's rich.
Oh, you just seen this go down.
Oh, I know.
Probably still not as rich as you, but I don't know you've got.
I mean, he
Yeah.
says that clutching the wand of thunder, the staff of thunder and lightning.
I don't need
Oh.
fancy tools. I just want them.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to.
Boomerwall, obviously, you're with Greytail. One of the Penelopes will come up to you. Different one that's dealing with the two that are dealing with
Yeah.
Greytail, and just be like, you know when they took Penelope to be healed, do you reckon there'll be any issues, or will everything be okay?
I hope not. The fact that your lots and everything's still here is a sign that everything's turned out.
Yeah. Well, I was just more
Okay.
worried in case, like, sometimes when people come back, there's issues sometimes, and it's probably worth checking just in case, right?
That's where Evan and all that have gone to check up on her. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I do want to check on in myself at some point.
Well, you do know you don't have to stay here anymore, Boomer. You can go if you need.
I know. What's the
Also,
risk of you being attacked again, though?
also, you don't need to keep that on you. Gestures to the staff.
Can I just rewind back because there's something I was meant to do prior to
Okay.
the last session?
Okay.
Obviously, it was Dean, obviously, with Magoth. I was hoping he would be summoned here. Since, obviously, I wanted his assistance down this end.
I would probably say he's not able to get here immediately because he's still running an army. Part of it.
Yeah.
He'd probably be able to come down in a few days. He'll pre-warn when he does, obviously, because it's a case of finding a part in time when he can, and finding a part in time where Morgan is about and willing.
It was more the thought of like trying to send some like guards or something, just something to try and protect the tents for the time being.
Yeah, again, something like that would take a long time to do, and you're talking about a country that has no ties with each other. It'd be a very difficult ask.
Yeah.
Sent a message asking that. There's no way I'm sending soldiers.
Hey, 3rd grade teacher, can you come guard my friend that you don't know? Or send some of your friends to
You've got to consider sending forces into a country that you currently have no ties with. It's a little sus, not gonna lie.
Yeah. No, I'm not on about like armors.
No. But even just a few, it's questionable. It's not something that can just be done, especially with someone in now Magog's position.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, bureaucracy and things like that tie him down greatly and going further afield than he would want, than he can. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted blueprints delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For one off.
It's also the case of stop trying to get the level 20s involved. Fuck off.
Not necessarily Magoth himself.
I know your point. Fuck off.
Oh, you've got a problem with numbers, have you? Okay. Bang, bang, bang. I'll just get him from here.
Yeah, just imagine kicking back, chewing on a piece of hay in a rocker, and like every gunshot rocks the chair for him. It's like, yeah, this is the life. Bang. No.
Because currently in this world, I know, like, Yasin's obviously other side, but you've got pretty much the entire party. If Danny was to allow us to do that, yeah, level 20 characters all of a sudden popping up will be a bit.
Yeah, no.
We don't need the previous characters to come and solve this campaign's problems.
No, you're a big boomer. Deal with it yourself. He can send you schematics, and those can be sent in the mail system. And obviously, with Magog's position, you could probably send something airborne, which would take a lot less time to reach you. Because he was offering to send you schematics, I believe, for a pepper box.
Yes.
Yeah, and a pistol, so he's got the choice.
Yes, a pistol and a pepper box schematics, and I believe that was the query last time.
Yeah, Boo would have the schematics for them straight away.
Can you teleport items on their own?
No reason why they couldn't.
Yeah?
Well, with a teleport spell, you can teleport an item.
Yeah. So that might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is part of the spell. Just we never used it because we didn't really get to. We only just got to teleport level before the end of the campaign, so we didn't really have a need for it.
So I would say that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so at some point a box with some blueprints might show up.
Oh, yeah.
Up in this campaign.
But that aside, obviously conversation. Is there anything else you guys are going to be doing, or are you literally just resting?
Resting.
Okay.
It'd be the case that I'll send Penelope a quick message, just like to see if she's alright.
I'm fine. Don't. The food here is awful, but they're giving it me, so don't worry about it. If you can if anything, get one of the, and it cuts off, and then she'll send one. Can you get one of the clones to bring some of the taste powders, please? For the love of God, I could do with it.
I'll send one right over.
Yeah, essentially, I forgot the name of the exact item, but there's some powders, obviously, that can make food taste.
Dust of deliciousness.
That's the one. Can help it taste a whole fucking lot better. But yeah, Persephone.
It's not even a magic item, it's just garlic powder.
It's just onion, salt, and garlic powder, yeah.
Yes.
You see the party coming directly towards you as they're leaving the market, and you're confident that there is no one tailing the currently disguised group, and meet up with them as they are heading towards the Ludmire's Sanctum.
I'd blend in as I'm, when you're walking and just all of a sudden just there. I'd do that.
Just kind of blend in from the crowd.
Yeah, and move in with them.
So as we're heading towards the Sanctum, I would remove the hood and stuff, so I'd be able to see. This conversation will work a lot better if we don't show up actively looking like we're disguised. And we can, when we get there, I would ask to see if there is anyone we could speak to regarding knowledge of certain magical areas that we could do with assistance in learning about.
And you'll kind of come to this elven woman that's in like a very fine and decorative blouse, glasses, hair tied up, and she'll be like, so what specifically, what area are you looking for? Do you have an understanding of this?
We've had some interactions and kind of, there was some instances that happened at certain places, I pull out the. Like, are we just Are we just out in like the courtyard, or are we
You're in
taking
like
to,
a reception-y type area at the minute, and she's kind of like, before I even bother with you, what the fuck
We
are you
have
here for?
some- We've received recent information about certain significant territories, and I kind of just loosely show her the map with the places marked. We've been to a couple of them, and they contain high concentrations of dangerous magics. We were just hoping to see if there was someone here with more understanding. I believe we worked with some people here about this one and point towards the fossil girl
Oh, right.
one. I believe there were some students of yours that were in the area.
So let me check my notes. And she'll kind of pull through a ledger and just be like, yeah, this was a group went to Frosselga. It seems to be Wojciech's class as went.
I think they might have had some knowledge. Would it be possible if he would be able to assist us with this?
I can see if he's available. Just take a seat over there, and she'll kind of loosely gesture to a small waiting area. I'll go and see if he's available.
Thank you for your.
Who is taller, Evan or Hailra? I think Hailra is, right?
Size off right now. Who the fuck is it?
Let me see. Howard is 5'8".
I'm closer to 6 foot.
So yeah, he is slightly taller.
And with her wandering off, we do have the room, right?
Yeah, you've basically got like this large, high roofed area. It's marble and stone. There was the desk where she was sat, and there's like a small area for seating and stuff, and there are doors and corridors leading off all directions.
Vian will at least use Evan, so it's not in any like direct line of sight, even if the room looks empty. But before she drops her disguise self, just because it was running low on its duration anyway, and she didn't want it to happen like mid-conversation with someone.
So
A few moments go by, and the elven woman would return, and you like kind of hear her before you see her because the stone hallways like echo with every footstep, and she'll come back and be like, he's not available right now, but I could pen you in for, say, 2 days?
2 days? Of course. Is he... that would be the best. Did he happen to mention whether or not he had heard from his students, either Argyle, Pyramane, or Clarissa, I believe it means her?
As far as I'm aware, the Lionel has returned recently, but the other one has not. Professor Wojciech is the one that deals with most of the excursions, so he would be the one to speak with.
Would it be possible to also make sure that the Leonin is also present? I think he would be able to help more with the understanding of these things.
I will make a note, but that is for Wojciech to cater to his students and not
Of
mine.
course, of course. If you wish to pass along the name Evan to them, that might help vouch for our seriousness.
Of
or our
course.
credibility.
Is there anything else that you need? Or was it just to inquire of the Sanctum?
It was an inquiry at the moment. We thank you for your time and your work. So we will return in 2 days.
Come back in 2 days, and he should be waiting.
Of course.
And you'll see it kind of trace a couple symbols Yes, they've agreed. 2 days.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, I thank you for your time. We will get out of your hair, as I am sure you're very busy.
Thank you.
And yeah, if there's nothing else, he will lead the rest of the group going.
Yep.
Do you guys borrow out any books or have a library or just get study materials on the road?
We do, but they're for student use only.
So would it help if my parents paid for a new wing of the school?
That's a Michael sigh, not an Evan sigh.
Well, it would certainly help. It's not the first time that we've had such generous people do such things. Our school is invitation only, but we can make exceptions.
Fan turns her ring from inward to outward, so that, like, because she normally keeps the crest inward, so you can't, tell what house she is when she's walking around, but she turns it so it's facing outward, and she just kind of puts her hand on the desk to lean in closer. I just really appreciate, having access to a library, maybe tell some other people about how nice the school is.
And see if she recognizes the crest. By what house is this? What family?
Sven just looks really offended and says, never mind, whatever. Stupid foreigners.
I apologize for her attitude.
Oh no.
She's, you can tell, quite young and not too used to people not recognizing where she's from.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, 'cause she grew up on a tiny island where literally everyone knows her name to foreign country halfway across the world.
Yeah, no, it would have required a pretty good roll.
In fact, it took her 2 months to even forgive most of us for not knowing.
Well,
I think we should.
If it is as prominent as it is, I'm sure I will eventually come to know of it, so no harm. But, as I say, our library here is for students only, and to enroll here it is invitation. One does not simply walk into Ludmire's Sanctum.
This lady's just unintentionally started a war.
Oh no. Well, the thing is, she just the quote that she just made means she's going to die before the end of the session.
Yes. How many days from retirement are you?
And how many days on the job have you been? Oh, 2 from each. Great.
First day on the job and last day on the job. Man, good luck. I'll be back in a bit.
Your initials wouldn't have to be SB, would they? Joking comments, Danny.
I know.
Before you decide to try and make that no. We will make our way out of the Sanctum.
Yes. Well, good day to you all, and
You too.
see you all in 2 days.
2 days. Thank you.
You will congregate outside?
Yeah, we can start. Yeah. Shall we head back to the tent now? Let's go. Oh, and Deanne, I thought we were trying to keep your identity hidden.
Yeah, but I really wanted books.
And they said about the whole student thing.
You said it was only
Why
gonna get books?
exactly? So yes. Why exactly, and what books do you need?
He's gonna raid Cassie's room.
Joke's on him. We've just read a lot of the ones I already have. Got bored of them.
Okay, but is there any in particular you need? We can then possibly try and keep an eye out for them.
I don't know. I just figured there'd be a lot of them and I could figure it out then.
It normally helps a little bit to know what you're searching for to help find it. And we can always help you with that search. Doesn't have to be something on your own if one of us can help point you in the right direction.
They've just been trying to learn stuff in general because half the time I have no idea what you guys are talking about with teleporting objects and other pocket dimensions, and I've just been trying to figure out how all that stupid stuff works. There's a lot of it, and it's a very broad topic, so I don't really know what I'm looking for because I don't know, but I don't know.
We don't know. Well, to be fair, I don't know too much about it myself. Just tend to talk the words, and eventually someone makes sense of it all. Part of the, well, one of the very, very good things of having Cass around, knowledge was always there if needs be. And if not, the nearest then you always had the idea of where the nearest library was.
Sorry, Cass, I tried. I found a really big library and they just wouldn't let me in. Out of character.
But eventually you will.
Sorry.
You will all. It's all right. You will all eventually make your way back to Penelope's tent. You will all regroup, and the rest of the day is yours as you recount your discoveries, information, items, money in some people.
We get back. Good. So, tell everyone everything we've been able to figure out. Good news, people. Seems that for once Soda was telling the truth. Seems Argyle was able to escape.
Oh, thank God.
Who's
Whichever one
Argyle?
you followed.
We should be hopefully having a meeting with him and his professor in 2 days.
Oh.
Oh.
Which means we'll have another chance to go into the Sanctum, find out more information, possibly learn how to strike out at the numbers some more. There's that. In the meantime, we can be keeping ourselves busy at Dunvast, or here if you prefer. I would prefer to get Dunvast done at least, so people don't end up getting hurt. Also, the Derek will need feeding again. Though, there is something I would wish to discuss with that. Boomer and Dia, could you two work on possibly creating a magic item that can negate those good berries, I believe it is, the ones that can provide food for a full day?
I think it would be possible to come up with something.
Yes, you could create an item that would create those for a day. I think they might be able to feed Derek without us having to. If we are low on supplies or not able to meet his full quota, he might be able to allow us to travel further if we have such a thing.
We could also use those to grow Derek, couldn't we?
I think he's a bit big to live off berries.
I don't. The berry provides enough food for a day for anyone who eats it.
Yeah, but if we give him 2, we double. Technically, we double.
It wouldn't increase his size any. I don't think. I think he would have to be. He'd have to gorge himself on a forest to grow bigger, which is another thing that Dia could perhaps do. probably have the ability to make plants grow rapidly.
I may be able to.
So if we were to look into getting a load of cuttings and saplings from trees, rapidly grow our own forest, and then have the Derek consume it, he could become a larger being. At the moment, I think it's best if we just help him become, I would say, the most athletic version of what he currently is. Would be best, yes?
Okay.
So he'd be able to move faster and leaner as it is without causing too many problems.
He is speed.
Yes.
Mhm.
Basically, we're going to give him a swimmer's body.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
The
tone him
ship
down, lean him
version.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, the ship equivalent, yeah.
He's already almost at that stage anyway, because he's what you would almost categorize as a sloop anyway, which is one of the more nimble ships
Yeah.
available.
So yeah, just get him to the point where it's, you know, as fast as you can, not draining too much and everything, but if we do need a man of war all of a sudden, look, there's a forest. Nom 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 nom. The best thing is he could actually eat enough from the water to help him grow legs to go in and eat the entire forest, then use the remaining to transfer him back into a boat and go the other way. Probably take him about a week to do so, but right. So who wishes to go and investigate what's going on in Dunvast?
Yeah, why not?
Dunvast. Greatel. Thank you. Dear, are you coming?
Yes.
Shouldn't we all be going to avoid
I believe
splitting
so.
up?
Everyone
I
was.
think so.
I believe so. I don't know if Boomer will be coming because he seems to be taking over guarding this place.
Yeah, so I'll be working on that little project. Try and get Derek some gooberries.
Okey-dokey.
So I'll work on that.
I doubt they're going to attack the tents again. Not anytime soon, anyway. Don't they think she's dead anyway?
Maybe so, but I'd rather hear just in case. Another sneak attack.
Well, she's not here for them to sneak
Boomer,
attack.
no, you go back with your friends. You're doing yourself no good being here with us.
I've already made my mind up.
The DM is telling
yes.
you. The DM
Nah.
is telling you. Plot-wise, nothing's happening here. Fuck off.
Yeah, but we don't
Play
trust
the
the
game.
DM, remember?
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Well, Penelope's the one that's telling you, fuck off.
You've been evicted. Oh.
Good luck at that.
I'm about to say.
Do we need to call the guards in?
I'd say
Boomer?
your crush's identical 13 siblings are all telling you to fuck off. You're overly possessive at the moment.
You could probably just kick him out anyway.
Well, no,
Magic.
because they couldn't stop a determined cat by the sounds of it, but and that's an actual cat.
Until Penelope's back, it is best I stay here.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why?
Well, considering that they seemed to walk through the door willingly last time.
By the sounds of it,
Any-
they teleported in.
Mm-hmm.
Also, last time, you know, they were caught unaware. At least now they are more protected. I have told Penelope to get help. You are needed elsewhere, Wilma.
And they're not
We need-
here. They're not gonna come here for the tent.
Or the clones.
They're gonna, or the clones, because they seem to have just locked them out of the way. Is there anything here that they would need for learning how to refine the gems, or anything, or is that all locked in Penelope's head?
Well, to refine them, it's not too much of a issue. It's just a process that we are able to do.
Okay.
You probably found someone else who can do it then.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
were
think the reason why they wanted us to do it was probably more to the fact that,
tying up their own resources doing it otherwise.
yeah, and there's more of us and we ain't coin for it, but Penelope didn't want us dealing with them.
No, the stealing of one person's magic so upgrade themselves, not exactly the best thing. So there is no reason for any of them to come back to this place, Boomer.
And they can just shut off the tents now anyway.
We would need to come. I'd say we wouldn't. If that's the case, we still want to try and. Whilst we're doing this, we'll try and stick close to the tent so we can come and help if there's any counterattacks during this. But we are able to wander a bit.
Man, it'd be really convenient if we had like a rock that could just teleport us here in an emergency or something.
That would be great. Where would we find one of those?
Exactly.
If you need means of getting here quickly, I'm sure there's something we can do, but obviously not immediately.
Well, either way, I think we should probably head through to Dunvast and prepare to look into what's going on there. Get the derrick fed and everything. Boomer, it is up to you. There is no need for you to be here other than making the Penelopes more stressed.
Penelope's wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
That is entirely true. However, there's no need for them to come back in here now.
Not yet, anyway.
Because she's not in here.
Why would you say that Penelope wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you?
Well, she's near enough dead before. It's Penelope's
Do you know?
and then she vanished.
Yeah, but she literally was attacked because of us, because of all of you, because she had decided to not work with you. So both being here was both a blessing and a curse. You can't change what people are going to do. The best you can do is try and fix it before it becomes a problem. You sitting here on naturally out.
Until I know that she's up and well.
Boomer. Okay, though, Boomer, if that is the case that you want to make sure she's protected, why are you here when she's not?
Boomer, what you also think of, what you're doing is classed as stalking, which is really frowned upon.
I mean, she does have a point.
Leave her be. I'm all telling you, go.
So what defences does this tent have?
It's shut. And if they try and come back in, there's no point because there's nothing here for them.
You know, they managed to teleport into a pocket dimension.
Yes. So they managed to teleport in.
The issue is if they were ever going to come back, they probably would go to the church now.
Yes.
Given...
There's nothing, like, if they come... Okay, this is more Michael speaking at the moment than Evan. If they come here, there is nothing here for them to do.
Yeah.
If they're going to come again, they're going to attack Penelope, the true Penelope, who is not here. So, if you were being the guard dog that you're trying to be, you'd been at the church the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So, all you've done is just gone, I'm going to sit in her tent and sulk because she can't come be friends with me at the moment.
Also, you do realise that if you don't come with us, it's bye-bye Boomer for a little while.
Yes, I know.
Okay, bye.
Quick before he changes his mind.
Well, it's not like for a little while. It's like, okay, for about 2 days whilst we go off and do that, which is probably next session.
Let me go see Penelope before I make a decision.
Do you have an item that makes sure he doesn't look like himself?
We have a few. We can give him one to use for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't mind lending that for his use so he can go and do that.
If it puts his mind at ease, sure, but because though we agree with your sentiments, I think Boomer's better with you all at the moment.
So do we, but apparently he doesn't, and he hasn't quite thought ahead enough to go and check on the person instead of just wait here.
So at some point in the near future, you'll be able to go and visit Penelope.
So yeah, basically they give you a hat of disguise to attune to for an hour. Bring out the tent, go see the missus, come back. We went to go and see her, and we were like, "Do you want to come?" "No, I'm going to stay here."
I mean, Hera could have been very cruel in that statement and pointed out the fact that, you know, even though you were here last time, she still died. Like, but that didn't seem like a good idea. That seemed wrong.
No, bit harsh.
So, just, I mean, are you intending to stay here forever, Boomer?
Until I know she's safe enough.
I don't think
Go see her. She's alive, and then know that she is safe, and we can move. And you can move on.
Yes.
I don't know why it took 3 days and the rest of us to tell you that, but I suppose. I mean,
because he's
with every.
blind with love.
As I say, I know love, and one of the things that would have been I wouldn't have been removed from her side.
Yeah, it is rather false love.
Let's say I would have used the vernacular I thought you would have used, which is something like ass backward, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad, dude.
Dangerously stalking.
So we kick Boomer out to go and speak to the missus. Boomer, go speak to the missus.
Yeah, Boom just walks off anyway after hearing all this.
It's okay,
Let's say hat of disguise. Don't draw attention to her.
No.
Was that no? You don't want to the hat of disguise, or no? You don't want to draw attention.
I'm not drawing any attention.
Then wait for the magic item that can hide you.
Can I get one of those too, just like to have?
Yeah. When he's done with it, 'cause it's the only one we have at the minute, we'll discuss whatever you need.
We have many items to help you disguise. Oh, we only have one item that can help you
Well,
disguise.
the hat of disguise, yeah.
There's a certain belt that helps in disguise. Don't take it.
So,
Please.
Boomer, you make your way. You see a cleric that parts of the party saw earlier today, and upon explaining who the fuck you are led down. The door creaks open, and you can see inside, like I said, the same as earlier, a worn down but okay Penelope in a moderately furnished room.
Ooh.
I'm surprised you haven't come to see me sooner, Boomer. Given.
Yes, I know.
That's what we said.
Yep.
We've been making sure that all your clones are safe as well.
And are they?
Yes.
Good. That's good.
How are you doing?
I'm better. Far better. I reckon day or two and I'll be fine. Given. The clerics came in about 59 minutes ago and checked me, and it seems that most things are returning back to normal.
Good. You took quite a bad hit there. Oh, and he lost you.
It's probably not the worst thing, honestly, but she didn't. Well, she did, but it was undone, but it's not the end of the world. Things are safe. I'm safe. Other me's are safe. You were okay. I'm surprised she didn't try to focus more on you as well, which was a good thing.
Yeah, she made it. As soon as you were down, she made a quick escape. Don't think your death was intentional, though.
You reckon?
That's come from her own words.
Huh.
You were meant to be kept alive.
That's interesting enough to hear. Such a stupid fucking girl she is. You'd think someone you taught better would learn to at least finish the job if you're going to do something so stupid.
But why do you make the crystals for them?
Well, I didn't make the crystals for them. I merely sold them crystal. And then, that was before I knew what it was for. At the end of the day, I don't ask questions too much. Because if you do, people don't tend to come around. Sold them. About 40,000 worth. And then obviously, Evan came round and started explaining, and I confronted Sola, and let's just say she didn't admit to anything, but given the nature in which I know her, I certainly explained a few things. And I slowly stopped working with her, stopped selling to her, and that's what she was arguing about, the fact that I refused to deal with her, and the fact that I declined the offer to help in their own operations they set up because I wouldn't help them.
And that's why she came to pay you another visit. I take it that was the same person who came last time I was there.
She was trying to coerce into me reopening agreements with them and continuing the work I'd done. But my mind had been made up, and I just wasn't comfortable with it.
Wish you'd told me this sooner. I would have been able to help you.
Why would I think to? I've been dealing with this girl for a couple of decades now. Why would I have thought to ask anybody for help?
Well, soon you nearly ended up in the sixth book in the grave.
And to be fair, if I'd managed to get the blade that I was going for, it probably wouldn't have been an issue anyway.
A weakness to Salva.
Yes, but no at the same time. It's a blade of my own creation. It's something I made when she started dealing with the other wizards and things. I didn't like them too much, so I made a blade that would have helped me with it, as well as a few of my own enchantments to help myself.
Fair enough. But everything that's happened, are you safe?
Well, at least now I know what I'm expecting. At the end of the day, I wasn't expecting Solid to bust down the door and try and attack me. The blade was a precaution, but now I know it's a tangible threat. I'll probably keep it on me, and she won't try it. Not now I know.
Perhaps some additional defences around the tents might be in order. Just in case you get an unexpected visit again.
I'll keep Weavebane on me. And we'll go from there.
I would offer my services if you need it for me to stick around. If anything does need to rise.
If I do, I will be sure to ask for help, but I'll be fine. I lived plenty and dealt with far worse than that fucking girl before you.
Would you have any leads of where I could find her?
Say that again.
Would you have any leads on where I could find her direct?
Well, she's probably somewhere to do with that tuning fork that Evan brought round. It seems something that she would have made, given some... It's very similar to the things I do, so... There'd probably be the place to check. Send someone in. Or... something.
A way of trying to trigger it to get... to open the like a portal.
Do me a favour. When you do go back as well, Penelope knows where it is. Will you get them to get Weavesbane for me and prepare it?
Of course. Is there anything else I could help you with?
The things I need right now the most is to get out of this church and go back home. And that's something I don't think you can help me with at the moment, but...
No.
Till
Not
then,
until you.
I'm sure we'll be back in the workshop and working on something interesting until then, and when I'm feeling more alert.
I look forward to it. And Boo will place his hand on hers. Get well soon.
Thank you, Boomer.
You know where I am.
And if not, I'll find you. Don't you worry.
I'll be... First point you call me, I'll come running back.
Okay.
Just don't die on me yet.
Yet?
Promise, that is.
Oh, and now she's dead. Oh dear.
Do you realise what you've just said, Boomer? You've just signed a death warrant for me, you motherfucker. No, it's fine. But yeah, the pleasantries are explained, and you get the feeling that she's groggy and she's a bit off kilter, and it's the same as when everyone was speaking with her and the other people earlier. But she seems okay. She seems herself in spirit, and obviously this Weavesbane, the blade that she mentions, she feels extremely confident that having that by her side will help.
Yeah. I'll kiss her on the cheek and wish her well.
As you go to do that, she will give you a proper kiss and just let you... Look, it's not me you've got to worry about. You're going to be raiding a portal soon, aren't you?
Maybe true. As he just blushes a bit.
Just make sure it's not you that dies. If any.
Oh God, no.
Go.
It'll be them.
Go catch up with them, quickly. Before they worry where you are.
Yes. I will be in touch.
And Boomer runs back before he turns into a fucking explosion of emotion.
Yeah.
And Boomer will return eventually with you guys discussing. Unless there was a conversation that people wanted to have while Boomer was out. Good. Boomer will return Good talk, people. Good talk.
I think we're all just in a state of shock. Like, I certainly was not expecting. I'm after what? It's good. All that bloody faffing around. Finally.
But Boomer will
So-
return. He's probably still several shades redder than when he left.
Mm-hmm.
Part of his
I'm
guys could
still
deal with that,
convinced
but
he's not
told.
crushing.
You're still convinced he's not crushing on it? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Look, he never commits. He just does bizarre, weird boomer things. Like you said, he wasn't even guarding her. He was guarding her stuff.
He is a bit odd.
Sentimental value to the clones party.
Uh huh.
Whoa, okay. I see.
Not
Mhm.
like that.
It sounds like that, and it's kind of like that.
And it's
Oh,
like that. And it's the way it is.
So, Boomer does he eventually meet up with us again, or is he gonna?
No, he's come back
stay-
to he's come back to the store now. That's the thing.
Yeah. This would add a couple minutes just to cool down.
Oh.
You could probably have a shower if you need to.
And pass the information on to the other Penelope's about the Weeston.
The what?
Oh, yeah, it's in Penelope. The
Weave Spain.
Weesby, yeah, I
Thank
can't
you.
speak tonight.
Yeah. And a couple of them know what that is and will go and get it and prepare it. And they will do that away from you guys because they have to go into Penelope's room as it was stashed in there, as along with many other weapons that are stashed for various people that she's yet to fully trust along throughout this entire facility that she's explained to Evan.
Yes, she'll be out in a couple of days.
I mean, that is good. She needs some rest. So, what are we doing now then? Are we staying in town, or are we going back to Dunvast to start looking into the problems? Would Penelope be able to get us around? Is it fair of us to ask Penelope to get us around when she is, currently under bed rest?
It's not, as far as my understanding of this isn't actually affecting Penelope, correct?
Yeah, it could still.
Sorry. Just isn't it a bit of a dick move? Oh, I know you're having a bad time, but we want to use you as a taxi service.
Beep beep.
The clones
Yeah.
were able to move around each enough to get Penelope to
Well,
Temple.
we have the need to do it at the moment. We're not intending to use it the entire time. It's so we're quick on hand to do what we need to. We don't want to leave a massive mimic parked near a civilization in case it decides to get hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to go
Oh,
back.
I know you're
And
trying to
also,
justify it. It's still like you get
Well,
where I'm
then-
getting at.
well, if I'm justifying it, then clearly I'm going past that. So
No, you're just being okay.
Needs must.
What do you mean? Oh, that's a really.
Penelope, do you mind doing the
Maybe we should at least
changing
ask.
the door trick?
We don't mind necessarily if it's helpful.
There you go, problem solved.
So our intention is to probably to come through here about 3 more times at most.
Right.
At
And
which point we expect Penelope to be back with you, and then we can have this discussion with
And-
her.
and Vianne, the hat Boomer's wearing, you can have it on one favor.
Which is?
Make sure Sola regrets attacking Penelope.
Oh.
I'll make sure of that myself.
Ooh.
I think it was specifically meant for Vian. I'm sorry, I'm kind of a bit folded up. I do apologize.
So long
But
as,
I think-
so long as
Go on
she's
then.
made to regret it, Vian can have the hat. I don't care who does it.
Oh no, I'll make sure personally she gets.
I'd say you'll out of character. You'll make it hurt. Vian will make her believe that it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many people have seen the darker spells on Vian's spell list.
Oh my god, that's probably
But
still
I'd say,
like.
not only will she regret it, she'll regret it for the rest of her days, and and her afterlife as well.
Oh yes.
So, back to Dunvast.
Which is easy enough to be facilitated if I just change El map once more. You guys have travelled.
Map.
Well, you expected us to be doing so, Danny.
No. There we go.
Pum.
You can tell how long it's been since we've been here. Look who's on the map. Delete. She's dead.
Yeah,
Aw.
what the heck is she doing there? Get her out of here.
Yeah, she...
That's the
just
old
like
grey tail as well.
it
Oh
wasn't too.
dear.
Oh my god, sorry. I
Right.
wasn't trying to pick well
Hey.
Evan. I was just trying to be like, shall we ask first? Because if we keep on assuming things, you know what happens when you assume?
Make an after you and me.
Yes, exactly.
Congratulations, you learnt to spell.
I just mean like, we should ask. We shouldn't just assume every 5 seconds, you know, that everyone can do everything for us.
She always has when we've asked.
Yeah, this is. I'd say this is the first time we've been doing it without asking.
Yeah, but I'm
Well,
sorry,
this
but
is
still.
the first time we don't ask because it's been a priority. The first time it's not been a priority, so we don't ask. It's been urgent. We don't ask. Oh no! You've got a problem. Every other time when it's just been, could you do as a quick courtesy? And we've asked.
Yeah, because
no
you.
problem.
This is. I was just pointing out, like, as soon as we start making assumptions and going, oh yeah, they'll do this for us, we're going to get fucked. Like, it'll come back to bite us in the arse. So if you just ask and show some courteous and manners, like, it'll help us out a little bit more. Rather than
You're
just
yelling at us for the one time we forgot to say please. Out of the 20 times before that we said.
You've
please.
also got to consider, though, that Hera's not seen all the times before.
No. I've only
Why is-
seen.
We've transported more with Hera than we ever have with Cass.
Is Cass
And-
back or something?
The hell is-
I would like to
Apparently-
point out, shouting, but Michael, you are at me currently.
My apologies. But it felt somewhere between Rose and Hera having a go at Evan.
It was Hera.
It was Hera, it wasn't me.
If it wasn't Hera, I'd have said something.
It wasn't the Hera voice, which made me think it was the Rose.
But you've also got to consider Rose
I know.
struggles with the voices and she's flued to fuck.
I know, but it's
It's
one of those
okay.
things
No,
that
it's
every-
okay. I'm just saying, that's all.
Yes.
Back. You all arrive in
Any-
Dunvast.
Yeah.
I really need to update this map because compared to like Havilter and stuff, this map looks ass. I don't know about you guys.
That looks
Need some
fine.
more buildings.
It looks very sparse. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I know I can do better.
It's only a small town anyway.
Oh yeah, like it probably wouldn't add too much to it, but you know.
Yeah,
Still.
like I say, it's not too much.
I'll grab another set of sending stones to communicate with the Penelope clones.
For 300 gold, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So many walkie-talkies.
Get another bag of holding while you're there.
I need one, please.
No,
Oh my God, it's gone up.
better yet, put the bag of holding in the bag of holding.
No.
I know it does something, but I don't know what it does.
It explodes and kills everything nearby.
That sounds fun.
It doesn't
No,
quite
no,
do that, but
so
it's just as bad.
The things that survive wish they died in the explosion.
Yeah.
What's it read about a portal open?
What?
Is that the fake bag of holding?
No,
So-
something to do with the bag of holding in the
If you,
description.
if you put a bag of holding into anything like another bag of holding or a portable hole, everything goes kaboom. And the things that survive the kaboom get chucked out into another plane. I think it's the astral sea.
Everything within
Yeah.
10 feet gets sucked into the astral sea, pretty much.
So we don't want to be going fighting Gith or astral dreadnoughts. So
But you guys arrive in Dunfast. You see the familiar masts of the ship's graveyard nearby. You see the two main taverns down the main thoroughfare, top and tail. You've got the wealthier and nicer Trader's Welcome and the spiced rum bottle where you have stayed previous. In between, you see the turning towards the Vetkaskjal's manor, as well as the church that Greytail is especially familiar with.
Yep.
Because you jumped off, and this was the town where you landed on some poor fucker's cart, yeah. Because you wanted a softer landing, so you landed on something that someone was using.
I suggest we go and find some dark workers, hear more about whatever this singing is, and probably prepare to
I would say it's
investigate tonight.
probably getting close to quote-unquote closing time for most businesses. Probably mid to late afternoon at this point. You could probably go to the ship's graveyard and catch some of the workers there, because a lot of them tend to go to and fro from the docks and things, or you can go to the docks themselves, which are a bit away, as you guys know.
But yeah, well, there was three options. There was the docks, there's the ship's graveyard, and then the place where they're going to go to, which is
100%, yeah. The rum bottle, yeah.
Yeah, so it's... Okay, so who wants to go back down there? I probably can get there the quickest.
Yeah, and obviously in your previous excursions here, yeah, the Trader's Welcome is not somewhere where the sailors and the dockworks go, so yeah, the rum bottle is probably the most logical place to be.
Out of character, this is where I requested Evan's armor get made, right?
Nope, that was back in...
Slightly further south?
That was in Arbanum?
Yeah.
No, we had it delivered there.
I'm going to have to double check.
It might actually be.
It might be.
I could have sworn that was here.
I'm pretty sure it might be.
Because this is the tiny little layover town where there was just like the one dude with his dream.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna cautiously say yeah, but I'll be honest, not 100%.
Yes, this is the guy that we ordered, that you ordered the plate armor for, which we made super anti-crit, and I have yet to be. I put it on once to test it, and then I have not worn it since or needed it since. Currently, right now, I am walking around with. I've also returned the walking stick I had.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
Yeah, so I am literally just walking around with my holy symbol, and that's it. Armor, not armor, clothes. I have clothes. Before anybody starts.
You don't even have armor on now.
No, I don't have armor on because we were going incognito and in disguise, and me walking around. The two pieces of armor, the two sets of armor I have is the one they're very familiar with and the one that stands out.
Yeah, it was, because episode 36 we were in Dunbarst before going to Arbanum.
Yeah.
And originally we were sending it to Arbanum, so that would have been...
So yeah, it would be here. I'll be entirely honest. I had forgotten that detail, but very, very nice.
Just while we're asking locals, I did just want to go partially unrelatedly, partially relatedly thank him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, one, we need to ask locals for information. Two,
thank you.
I technically commissioned him. He was... Yeah.
Well, yeah, you quickly find him out while everyone situates themselves, and yeah, you stick your head in, and you hear and see the familiar sights of what a smithy would be, and he kind of turns and goes, "Oh, good morning.
Evening.
I sent the armor. I hope it was received."
Yeah, it looks absolutely lovely. We haven't really tested it much yet, though I think that's a good thing with armor, where the longer you go without having to break it in, is that
It's like telling your doctor friend, "I hope I don't fucking see you." Yeah, no, pretty good. The fact that you haven't had to test it is probably a good thing, but as long as it looks like what you wanted.
Yeah, it looks outstanding. I just wanted to say thanks while we were passing through town again. We were looking into some boat thing going on. I don't really remember.
Alright. Yeah, there's a lot of boats in the ship's graveyard. Is it one of them or one of the actual floating ones?
Out of character, it was like something right off the coast, right? Or their
Yeah.
boats were being attacked? or-
Singing coast.
Yeah, there was something that was making the dock work.
Yeah, and for reference, you've seen as you come into town, the ship's graveyard that he references is the basically the breaker's yard. Yeah.
No, I think it was something more to do with like the docks further down.
Oh, right. But yeah, no, I am extremely glad that the armor's done you well. It was the first set I have made, so I do. Please, if there's any issues or anything that needs altering, please let me know, and I will do my best to accustom it.
I think it's perfect for now, but I'll make sure to, tell everyone else where we got it if, I guess I don't really know. Do I tell, like, the people that we... Like, if we get attacked, do we tell the bandits? Or...
Probably not.
What is the correct way that... I'm not used to, like, armor is kind of new for my brain.
If anyone compliments the armor while he's wearing it, just let them know. Preferably not tell the people who you're fighting, because they'll probably be upset with me for making it. But you'll be happy to know, though, that I managed to put a few hundred of it away, and me lad, who was me apprentice, you'll see he ain't here at the minute. Well, that's because I've been able to pay for him to go down south, and not at the Sanctum, but somewhere a lot nicer than here, and get himself some work and education.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah. He still wants to be a smithy, but I'd rather him have other options if needed.
Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to stop in, make sure you're well, and say thanks.
If you need any more, let me
Hope you
know.
have a good evening, and I will.
Yeah, you paid for that kid's college tuition. Fucking right. Yeah?
Is anyone nearby I can buy a map?
Of...
The country.
You have one.
No, I
He has
actually
a
have
country?
one.
Yeah, you guys have one, the one that you stole off Sola.
I want a personal one. I want my very own map.
Make a investigation check really quick.
Everyone's got their own bag of holding. Everyone's getting their own map.
I'm not a bag of holding yet. I want a bag of holding now. 13.
You could procure yourself a not as detailed map, but at least it's got the main towns and villages and cities. You could get yourself a very basic map for 10 gold.
Oh, I'll definitely get that, yeah. Do I have 10 gold, actually? I think I do. Yes, I'll give him 10 of my golds.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to procure yourself a basic country map. You all reconvene at the spiced rum bottle. A familiar Goliath figure is serving drinks. You currently see him quite literally uncorking a keg, and there's a line of mugs, and you watch as he's in the process of pouring it and then literally walking down the line.
Oh, before I forget, Helva, I hand her 50 platinum. For the spa.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I hand you 50 platinum.
Oh.
The 500 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the spa day that I owe you.
I expected I was have to collect a paper, but 50 platinum will help. Thank you very much.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I was just paying off the debt I owed him.
Anyone else? As you will, I'd imagine convene at the tavern.
Well,
After
she went off for that. I thought we were all doing the different. Like, were we not? Some of us not going to the breakers' yards, some going to the docks to go and speak to these people.
Of course, yeah.
Well, we've got to walk past the breaker's yard to get to the bar, aren't we?
Yeah,
I
and I'm
suppose,
guessing it wouldn't be if it's people are wrapping up now and it's a thing walk. I'd say if we were to head to like the dock workers are probably most of their way back already, Danny, right?
Say that again, sorry.
Dock workers would be on their way back already, right?
Within the next hour or two, 100%, yeah.
Is there a chance for Hera to, like, whilst we're walking about places, because I'm assuming that Evan's at the front of the group leading the charge or whatever, to
I
be
mean,
like,
Vian wandered off.
Yeah, no, Vian wandered off. I'm heading towards the breakers here currently, so.
Yeah, I would have gone the breakers as well.
Rachel, do you want to look at the other one?
Sure. I don't mind.
I don't remember quite what we are doing, but it is fine. I will let you take point.
Yes,
Have you turned back from being a cat yet?
yeah.
You would have.
I'll turn back point now.
Let's say, what level are we?
But you eventually make your way back to the breaker's yard, and you currently see there's a crowd of people gathered around, and one guy's talking, and it sounds like he's dressing down the workers for the day's work sort of thing. You can see he's a half-elven chap, a familiar figure for some of you. And right, so tomorrow we'll be breaking down that ship there. We'll take the riggings off, we'll rip the sails down, we'll take the sails to the tailors, see if they got any use for them, deconstruct the lumber, and he kind of isn't paying attention to you guys as he's currently like just talking through the next day's work to these guys.
I'll let him continue until he's done.
Yeah, and eventually, after about 5 or 6 minutes, he'll step down and... right, can I... hello?
Hi, hello.
Can I do for you all?
Alright, we've been...
Oh, fucking hell. Hey, you guys...
Recognises that.
Hey, you're a sight for sore eyes. Yeah, you're the one that got slapped 7 shits to Sunday.
Which time? It's happened quite a
Well,
few.
the fucking ship that we had to burn afterwards. The one that... I'll remind everyone, I was right about.
What happened to that ship in the end?
Fucking
Burnt
burnt
it,
it.
he just said.
Yeah, what happened to the ashes?
Fuck knows, clerics dealt with them.
Burnt it.
We weren't taking any risks. The wind took some of it, the clerics took the rest.
I had to see the clerics in a bit then.
I mean, if you've
If
got,
you want to.
if you're a collector of cursed boat ash, then sure.
It would be the fir- I think I would hope it's the first time it's in his collection, but
But yeah, what
Either way.
brings you all back anyway?
we hear that there's more troubles. Dockway.
Oh, yeah. There's
Strange singing we hear.
yeah. It's not as bad as like what happened here, but it's just weird. Some of the lads have been complaining down that way. I don't look after them, but same folk we talk. Gaffer down there has been saying that when they've been working, they've been hearing like singing that's like enticing them, and like they feel like a need to go off and follow it. But luckily, none of them have yet. But wouldn't surprise me if one of them did one of the days.
They tell you which way it's going, towards the ocean.
It
Or-
feels like it's pulling towards the ocean for them, but some of them say it's a bit further down, like south. But the thing is, though, not everyone can hear it. Only some of them can. It seems like, I don't know, pick people or whatever.
Anything you can tell me that the people who seem to be hearing it have in common? Is it the humans? Is it only half elves?
It's all men for a
Don't
start.
That was the next thing I was going to say. All men.
No, so I mean, one of them was a dwarf, couple of mostly humans, but that's because most of the dog workers are. I think there was an Arfolk that got it as well. It's about 10 of them or so. But yeah, no, it's all the lads. A couple of the women that work on the docks don't seem to bother them, or at least not yet.
Oh, that seems to be something. We'll have to, we're investigating that. We'll have to make sure that the ladies are there to snap us out of it if we end up getting enticed by whatever it is.
Hmm.
No, we're currently investigating that.
Yeah, I was going to say, they snap out of it pretty quick. I think it took like a minute or two. I mean, obviously, Moira gave one of them a good belting, and that ended it pretty fucking quick, let me tell you. Got a fucking hand on her. But yeah, no, they get like an urge to go into the ocean and like, go slightly like off the shore. Like I said, we managed to stop them before any of them have, but the fact that any of them are doing it in the first place is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Right, we've got that.
Seems like you got some new faces in the group, anyhow.
Couple of new folk. We
others move on all summer.
Yeah, the others are around. Other things they're checking down with the docks. We're up here. You might see more of them at the inn later.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time there. But yeah. But no, if you're going to want to check the docks, you're probably better off to go and catch the actual ones that work on the docks in the tavern or tomorrow when they're on working. Apparently it's like early morning they hear it, and then the rest of the day's fine.
So it's early morning as they've just woken up.
Pretty much, yeah.
We'll have to look into that. And we'll into that. Anything more in the fight pits recently? Anything interesting?
It's been a few actually, yeah. It's been a couple of good creatures have been come and gone. Couple of decent people, and he says that with like the biggest like grimace. But there's been a couple of good ones as well. I think one of the most interesting ones was this guy. No shirt, no nothing. Literally in just a fucking loincloth. I swear to fuck. Wrestled a cougar. And fucking nearly broke the poor thing's arm. Fucking lunatic, if you ask me.
I'm guessing you didn't stick around long, or is he...
Oh no, he won, and he got out with his coin intact. Seen him in a while, actually. Huh.
I'll have to have a look for him then.
No, there's been some interesting stuff. I don't know if there's anything on the go at the minute. You're probably going to want to have to check in with Guvar, the tavern owner.
We'll have to have a check-in, see if there's anything going. Got some, not on me at the moment, of course, but I've got some new armour that needs a little bit of testing.
Alright.
But, thanks for the assistance. I'll go and see if we can't get some more information from dock workers, and if you happen to see any of us and hear anything else, do let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. It's like I said, it's appreciated what you guys did before anyway.
Yeah.
Ended up giving me what I've got, so
yeah,
I'll take it.
Let's do that. Okey-dokey.
Is there any other questions anyone else would like to add?
Where would you find these clerics?
Well, the church, I'd imagine.
That's where they tend to stay.
Yes, I'll go check this. We made out, just in case it's not linked to these new sightings.
Yeah, probably worth a check.
Make sure the captain's relayed to rest properly.
Yeah. You do remember most of it wasn't actually the ship, it was the necklace, but...
I know. So I want to make sure.
You make sure nothing seeps through.
Exactly.
You weren't in the party for that, were you?
Yeah, he was there, because his cannon was the first thing that was effective.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I believe,
they were somehow able to dodge smites.
I believe it was the first combat with Boomer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just remembered that you guys met him on a boat. I didn't remember which port it was.
It was
from.
the boat that
yeah.
dropped off south of
Yeah.
Dunvast where they met Sajal. Then they went
Yep,
up
okay.
into Dunvast. Yeah, like this is a bit like where Boomer's origin story is.
Boom.
I say, this is where we got introduced to him, where he got to show his effectiveness.
An investment.
Which finally showed up last session.
But as you guys settle into the town and get ready for an investigation, it is 5-2, so I think we'll call the session there, because I think that's a good stopping point, because then we can start with the investigation proper.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the next episode will cover investigating this mysterious singing that seems to only affect men in the early hours of the morning, calling them offshore.
It's probably just a sibling of Vian's, to be honest.
Probably.
More than likely.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Literally,
So
you
we
could
could
just turn up and go, sis, pack it the fuck in, please.
Shut up.
Slap.
You do know they can hear you when you're combing your fucking hair. Stop it.
And you realise they can't breathe down here.
You could just imagine just, you know they can hear you when you're singing in the shower, right? Cool. Can you 10 foot that way? Cool. Thanks. Fixed.
10 foot is all it takes. Like 10 foot takes it out of the dock range.
That would be it. Sadly not, but that would be entirely funny.
You just take 10 steps and that entire dock that can handle like 2 or 3 ships no longer can hear you.
But
10 foot further around the wall.
pretty much, yeah. But guys, like I said, it is going to be the end of the session, because I think that's a good stopping point. I kind of wanted to get to something similar, and I think that's perfect there, because then you can do all of the investigating in one, rather than do some now and then having to try and remember in 2 weeks. You know, wishy-washy. But just for people who are interested, next session of this will be on the 16th of April, in 2 weeks. And my next stream, if anyone's interested, is tomorrow. I am looking at, if I don't get any last-minute collaboration requests from the team or friends of the stream, maybe starting Amnesia Rebirth, which is obviously, if it plays anything like Dark Descent or A Machine for Pigs, it's going to be beautiful. Fucking beautiful. So until then, guys, I will see you all very soon. Ta-da.
Good.
Bye.